welcome to another episode of SixFrames Podcast, episode 8.
Hey!
Episode 8, and we doing great, y'all. This is a podcast where we talk about video games, anime, comics, and why lube is a great Christmas gift.
What? Yes?
Yeah?
Yes?
No one agrees?
No, I gotta agree with him.
There's a girl in the room, first of all. There's a
easy, and not too
a young woman in the room.
Yes, very young. I am a child.
Whoa.
The FBI is in there.
I'm just kidding. I'm not a child. I just sound like one.
Ladies and gentlemen.
I was about to make a Kevin Spacey joke, but I'll save it.
Kevin Spacey.
All right. So, on the podcast today, starting off, we have Jamal.
Jacob here.
Harold.
Spidey.
Got Lamprey.
Kevin.
Satan.
Hey, Satan, you're
I'm
back.
back.
I don't know how you summon her.
All the holidays have me very, very depressed. You know how it is during Christmas.
It's a happy time.
No, it is not.
No money, no all problems. Pretty much.
Everyone comes together. What is this?
Tis the season. Let's jump into it. So starting off on our list here, we're going to talk about Into the Spider-Verse Spider-Man movie, which I think hands down is probably the greatest animated film.
No, everybody.
I think everybody can agree.
Yeah, everybody agrees.
Record up, who?
that is the best. Yeah, no, it was phenomenal. I just saw it not too long ago, and I'm still like thinking about the shots and just the color scheme alone, and the story. I mean, just overall fantastic movie. To me, probably top 3 best Spider-Man film. Yeah, top 3 best Spider-Man film.
They keep reminding you that it's a comic, basically. That's based off a comic. With the quotes and the little comic images that they have on the sides. The panels, the quotes, the wording, the thoughts in his head.
Right.
That's good. They actually did good.
Yeah, they did a great job executing it. And for anybody that's ever read like Into the Spider-Verse, like the comic series, that's kind of where it comes from. I mean, it was pretty spot on. I think there's a few things they changed.
They changed it for people,
right?
People
for movie purposes, they changed a few things, but other than that,
like the Miles Morales, they fixed that.
Yeah, right. They fixed that
his
Miles Morales
little origin.
Yeah, because they changed the way he got bit by the spider.
Yeah.
Because in the comics, his uncle brings the spider home because I think he's like stealing something from Oscorp or something, and the spider gets on him. And when he comes to the apartment, the spider's there, and then that's when Miles comes to visit his uncle. That's where he gets bit by the spider.
And plus, it was like it took forever for him to discover being Spider-Man,
right?
And this kind of helped, make him, evolve fast.
Right. Yeah, they had to kind of push. Right. They had to push it along.
So that's the cool part about this movie, that they fixed his characterization.
Yeah.
So this movie's great about that.
And I was really, really good. Jacob, you saw it, yeah?
Of course.
How'd you feel?
I was sitting right next to this guy. The whole time, like, hey. We were like
kids, right?
Yeah.
Getting super hyped. So what'd you think? Tell me how you felt about it, and then give me your rating on the movie.
9.5. Okay. But my whole experience watching it, though, I mean, it was amazing from beginning to end, bro. Like, okay, my thoughts on it. Okay, I'll try my best to get my thoughts.
Go ahead.
But the movie was pretty awesome. I mean, I got to see Miles Morales, as a character. I mean, he's one of my favorite Spider-Man characters in the universe, and also the way they went about the story and the character designs, A1, top notch. Thank you, Sony.
Yeah.
Oh, Sony.
Yeah.
Sony, you risked it all.
Finally gave Spider-Man justice.
We forgive you for Venom.
Right, we forgive you. Redeemed yourself with this for that Venom movie.
Also, the soundtrack.
Great soundtrack.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God.
I don't listen to that music.
Yeah, I heard this one over here. It's over that one song, right? Remember?
Which one?
The Sunflower.
The one the Miles sings whenever he tries to wax himself.
Oh, Sunflower.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was singing along with it because that's my favorite song.
Son, I was sitting right next to him. He's jumping up and down. Like,
Yeah, but the soundtrack, the sound design, bro, the themes for the Growler and Miles.
Yeah, that roar.
Son. They went ham in the studio, bro.
All those names in the credits.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Bro, man. I know.
The end credits is cool.
Mm-hmm.
While I was scrolling, the animations that were going on, that was pretty dope.
Yeah, and pretty much like I've always lived on Twitter, so I've seen like the people who've been listening to credits. I've followed the animators. I've seen how much hard work they put into this. I've seen the storyboards from like 2 years ago to how it went now. I mean, it's crazy. And there was this one guy who used to work on the team. It's kind of like a short story. I'm gonna try to fit it in, but he used to be like the visionary director or storyteller or whatever. He had his own team in there because Sony gave him whatever he wanted because he kind of came with the character concepts for Miles Morales and the Spider-Man suit and all that type of stuff. And Sony practically gave him everything he wanted. When he asked for a team, they gave it to him. When he asked for like more animators, more everyone to help him out with the with the concept, the designs, the animation, and the test, Sony provided everything. And then one time, Sony decided, we need to let you go. And his name wasn't included in the credits, but, I mean, he kind of had his gripes about it after the movie came out.
Right.
But, he let everyone know on social media, especially when I found it on Facebook, there's kind of like a thread on it, where he's like, just detailing his jobs and roles in the movie, but he didn't really get,
proper credit.
Yeah, proper credit for it. So that's pretty much how it is.
That's sad.
That sucks. Yeah, and it's always business is business, right? These big corporations always
money.
So
same thing with the not to get too far off topic, but the Mary Poppins movie. They were talking about the animators that did the whole animation scene, and it was this big studio that did all this hard work, and then like they didn't even get mentioned in like the credits.
Yeah,
and they were like, "Yo, we worked on this. These are all the people that helped do this animation for Mary Poppins, and like Disney isn't giving us like any props for it
because it's like outsourced."
Yeah, it was an outsourced company, so it wasn't an in-house Disney animation company.
Yeah, because Disney don't make animation.
Right. So they kind of got the ass end of the deal. They didn't get their proper due. Yeah.
That's right, kids.
All
right. So before we got going on a tangent on that, all right. So 1 out of 10.
Yeah, you already heard my
1 to 10. What do you give? We said 9.5. Right?
9.5.
Like best animated film to my standards this year, it beat Incredibles 2. It beat Wreck-It Ralph 2 by a long shot.
For sure.
Get out of there.
Cursed on Wreck-It Ralph.
What?
I'm
sorry.
I only like the Disney princess part, no homo.
Yeah, no, that was a great part.
But honestly, man, I'm looking forward to getting the art book. That's already sitting in my cart, man, on Amazon.
You're waiting for it to come out. Nice.
I'm waiting for it.
Is it pre-order?
The thing is, it ships out for like 1 to 2 months, so you might have to wait for that. Yeah. So
it'll be worth the wait, I'm sure. Harold, you saw it.
Yeah.
How'd you like it? And what's your rating for it?
It was amazing. I had to probably give it the same rating as Jacob did.
Yeah.
I love the art style, love the sound design. Everything was so crisp. Especially fell in love with the characters, especially with Nicolas Cage voice Spider-Man Noir.
Yes.
I just fell for it, man.
Yeah, it was great.
That's what happens when you stick with the script.
Yeah.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes, for sure. It was amazing. What threw me off is just Fisk looking,
That's okay. I'll talk about that when you come to me.
When we come to Kevin,
okay, we'll come to that.
Okay.
No, yeah. Overall, I just fell in love with it.
That's
probably one of the best Spider-Man movies up to date.
Yeah. It's definitely pushing up there for me. Like I said, it's top 3 Spider-Man movie of all time. So your scale rating, you're gonna give it a 9.5.
I'll give it a 9.5.
There it is. He gave it 9.5. Spidey.
Yeah. I mean, it's in the name, Spidey.
This guy over here. Jokes.
Even my girlfriend, when I went to go watch it, she was like, "Alright, I know you want to watch Spider-Man, let's watch it." Especially the day it came out, she's like, she felt bad because I didn't have anybody to watch it, and then she like went out of her way to watch it with me. But other than that, it was just like they were all saying, it's an amazing movie. I love the animation, the style, even the blockiness of their characters, like the faces and all that stuff. It had like a nice. Like a smoothness, but it gave them their character. It gave them their character.
It makes it's like a comic book.
Yeah,
that's
the
pretty
comic
much what it supposed to be.
Yeah, and the music, like I said, I don't listen to that music, but it had me popping a little bit in the theater. And then especially the end credit, I'm like, yo, who sings this? Spotify, check. They had their direction with it too. I did love it. Yeah, their story, the characters that they brought in. I didn't know Penny Parker. I didn't know who that was, but that was pretty interesting.
Yeah, she's still kind of fairly new, right?
I would think so.
She's still pretty new.
Yeah, the whole anime part of animation into it, that was pretty cool. Noir, he's a pretty cool Spider-Man. Even though he's supposed to be darker, but they did what they could, and they wanted to bring a different aspect to Spider-Man as he is. Spider-Gwen, of course, she's always cool. Yeah. She's fairly new too, but her design and everything, and her design in the movie too, she was pretty bae. I'm not gonna lie, she was pretty bae. And then the Doc Ock that they chose, just everything.
Yeah, Doc Ock was cool.
Yeah. Like, instead of mechanical arms, she had
it's like
those rubber.
It's like rubber, right? It's like that rubber balloon thing.
Yeah, kind of like the
Scorpion.
Spoiler if you didn't watch it.
Man,
no, you're right.
If you didn't watch it the first week, you missing out. You
came out like 2 weeks ago, right?
Yeah.
Was it 2 weeks ago? Shit.
You missing out with your life. Just go watch it.
Exactly. So you giving it what 9.5 like them?
I'll give it a
10 out of 10 for
Whoa, there you go.
That's right. 10 out of 10 for Spidey. I expect nothing less.
I like all the Spider-Man movies, but that one's really up there.
Definitely.
Like even Amazing Spider-Man, I'm going to say I like those a lot. 1 and 2. But this one, yeah, it's definitely up there. Watch it.
Gotcha. Lamperu.
Oh my god.
Let's hear it.
Instant.
Alright, can I say something? I was in the theater, and then towards what was it, like at the end, he screamed in the theater.
You were
screaming in the theater.
Bro.
He's like, oh! Like,
don't do it.
Bro, okay. Like, I don't know if I want to start off with the end credit scene. If I can. So, spoiler alert for end credit scene. You should, first of all,
who cares?
You should have watched this movie
the year by the
came out, alright?
I didn't watch it.
Oh, that's your fault.
No, I was working.
Oh. Satan was getting sold. Sorry. Go ahead, Lynn.
Alright, but let me hit you with this post credit scene. Let me take you back in time to Spider-Man PS4. When that game came out, there was only one thing I wanted the community to do. And that was that Spider-Man meme of them pointing at each other. That's all I asked for. A few months later, I saw that meme. And I was like, yes. Yes, sir. Then, I went to go see the Spider-Man movie. And then they were talking about, what was his name? The one all at the end. The new Hispanic one.
Miguel.
Miguel, what's that?
O'Harris.
Miguel O'Harris going to his Siri bot, talking about some in the future. Oh, Spider-Verse is saved. All right, whatever. I'm going back in time to do something real quick. He goes back in time. Guess what the fuck he did? He went back in time to that Spider-Man.
To 1967? Something like that.
Yeah.
The first Spider-Man.
And he did the meme.
And he did the meme.
They did the meme fully animated, pointing at each other and everything.
I'm not gonna lie, I missed it, and I'm probably gonna watch it a third time just to catch it.
You should.
Up your ass.
And my uncle asked too. He's like, "There's no end credit scene." I'm like, "Nope. Let's go after the Stanley
One
thing."
time, you should have waited.
Hell
You should have waited.
They spoiled me, and they had a reason to.
Yep.
Marvel.
Yeah.
Just did it again.
That meme, oh my god, they did it. I was happy.
Yeah, that was great. That part was hilarious.
But,
they're just pointing back at each other. You pointed first. No, you stop pointing at me. Stop pointing back at me. And Jameson's like there, like,
it was great. Oh my god.
I need to see this movie.
You have to.
Yeah.
I will show it to you.
I blame it on my theater too. They turned on the lights like as
super early.
Yeah, like normally they keep it off, kind of indicating.
Yeah.
Both times I went to see it, they shut it off for. They turned on the lights early.
That's fun. Alright, so my overall experience with this movie, as everyone already said, they already gave it a lowdown. It's the best. It's the best movie. It's the best Spider-Man movie ever. Whoa. It's the best.
Wow.
Not the best anime. What? Not the best Spider-Man movie ever.
Nah,
what tops it?
Not.
Okay, I'll stop.
Son, Spider-Man 2. Come on, son.
Okay,
we'll have to see. We'll have to see.
I'll hold on to that.
I'll
hold on to that. But to me, it's the best Spider-Man movie ever made. Okay. Animated and even live action. I have my love for them, but like, good lord, you can't. This movie is a godsend. All right, if you love animation, if you love comic books, if you love Spider-Man in general, Peter B. Parker. I have never heard of this man in my life. He is my favorite Peter Parker to date. I love him, and the way they make the characters, the way they make the comedy, the art style, everything. Like I've seen like the animations on Twitter too, how they do like the whole like they have 2D elements, they have 3D elements, they have texture, they have all this stuff like incorporated to make this movie as perfect as how they envisioned it, and you can't give it a lower scoring than a 10. You cannot, like, all that work, all of that, everything.
Amen to that.
Jacob did.
You can't. Well, Jacob's
9.5.
It's a 9.5.
That's high. That's still high.
That's high, but not a 10.
Son, give it a 10.
Son. Hey, I loved it, alright? You want to head outside?
Score up.
Alright, so you give it a 10.
Of course.
Alright, Kevin. Hit us with the comics.
Hit you with a comic.
And how it all ties into the movie in your story.
Not really. It's just they created their own world.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's the cool thing about it. They didn't have to tie themselves with anything. The only thing they did is they just have the origin stories for all of them.
Right.
They're pretty much the same.
Okay.
You know, they got what's it called? Peter Parker.
Spider-Ham.
Spider-Ham.
Yeah.
They didn't show it, but they showed a clip where him getting bit by Aunt May.
Uh-huh.
So I was like, yo, they did it. They put
he said
Spider-Ham.
He didn't get bit by a spider.
He got bit by a radioactive Aunt May. A radioactive pig.
Pig, yeah. He got bit. There's a spider that got bit by a radioactive pig.
Who is Aunt May? Who is Aunt May? So when he...
Oh,
and then he lives with Aunt May.
Oh, okay.
No, man, but it's great. Like, everything that he says, it's all accurate.
Instant.
The only... Okay, there are only two things that personally I didn't like, which was Kingpin. No neck. He's just a wall. He's just a wall. I just don't. I don't like that design at all. What? What are you gonna?
So basically, he's like a twomp from Mario Bros.
He's a Goomba from the live action movie.
Yeah. or it's like he ate 5 people and ate 2 more for the shoulders.
I don't know, man. It's just that it just bothered me. He's just so goddamn.
Yeah, I get it. It was kind of weird sometimes.
Yeah,
but I didn't mind it because it kind of fit with the whole caricature as they were doing.
How did he get into building?
Sideways.
I mean, it's fine, but it's just to me when I first see it, it was a little bit, like, whoa.
That's really
damn, son. What happened to you?
Like a Tetris piece.
For real.
That's the true reason why his wife left him.
He was too damn big.
He was too square. It's like, your son is normal. What?
Vanessa. Come back to me.
And the other part, I felt like they needed more work. I think it was the Prowler.
The Prowler?
Yeah, like the relationship between them. I think, introducing each other was fine, but I feel like as the course of the story, there wasn't enough information for that moment in the movie. Because I'm not going to spoil it. Y'all motherfuckers better watch this shit. Right?
Right.
And that... I feel like that took away a little bit. That took away a little bit, but not enough. It didn't hurt the movie.
Right.
Obviously, this movie is like the best shit ever.
Right.
Right. But I feel like that they should have done a little bit more.
Okay. Kind of build that bond.
Show that bond. But nah, man. The acting is great. Shamir Moore from the Get Down.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Shamir Moore. Yeah,
he's from the Get Down. From Dope. Remember Dope, the movie Dope?
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, the kid with the high top.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like his voice was perfect
Yeah, it was. It fit.
Perfect for this character. I love the way that they actually made him. Because in the comics, sometimes they don't really write the dialogue for the characters. Sometimes they stick with one aspect. So like he just speaks English, but in here he has, he speaks Spanish and English.
Right.
And it's like, okay, cool. I was like, whoa, that's you don't see that,
right.
a lot.
True.
You don't see that in general. So this was like a cool surprise, and this is why I really like this film, because it gives you that. And man, Sony, what engine is this? Because you walk, he's walking down the street, crowds of people. It's like, son, this is New York.
Yeah.
You watch Big Hero 6, where are the people at?
That was Japan, New York.
It's San Francisco.
Tokyo.
But like,
it was California.
Yeah, but
still,
they're walking down the street and there's only like a car and like one person, and it's like it's empty.
That's true.
But in here, like
people,
like you see Miles
and
Morales,
all diverse.
Yeah, all diverse, and he's giving them that, speaking Spanish,
English.
saying what's up.
Even the scene where they when they fell from the subway train.
Yeah.
And people just walking around them.
Yeah.
All right, New York, walk over.
All right, New York, just keep on walking. And they just walk around them. Yeah.
It's amazing. This is you don't see that in a lot of.
That's true.
3D animation.
Right, because that's extra. That's a lot of work.
That's a lot of work, but that's amazing how they put that.
What, you gonna add something?
Yeah. So about that engine, Sony is gonna patent that technology that they use for the movie.
They better.
They better.
They
better. That art style, the way they had the RGB layers kind of coming off the characters a little bit.
Yeah,
that was cool.
Yeah, and I love it. The Zipatone look.
It felt 3D too. Like if they wanted you to see the background, like the foreground was kind of blurred out a little bit.
Right. And then vice versa, They would make the background blurry, and the foreground would be clear and focus more on the characters.
Like when I first saw it, I'm like, wait, am I supposed to need 3D glasses for this?
So, for that, right, when we went to see it, when me and Alexis went to see it, they gave us 3D glasses. And I'm like, I didn't pay for a 3D movie. And I was like, okay, maybe it's 3D. So he's like, yeah, no, it's 3D. And the guy was giving out glasses. We sat down, the movie started, I'm watching it. And I'm like, So I put the glasses on. I took them off. I put them on. I was like, it don't make a difference.
It's not 3D movie.
I was like, it's not 3D, but whatever. I guess he thought it was 3D. I
don't know. Because the effects they use to make it look like a comic book with the lines and the colorization, like it's misprinted.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
That's the 3D look. Kind of affect the blue and red.
Right. That blue and red. Yeah.
But it's just an aspect. It's just a design choice.
Yeah, that's what it was.
The one thing I kind of hate is the people that write the reviews that don't know anything about animation, talking about how the animation suck.
Get out of here!
And you motherfuckers
that's the
stupid.
Best part of it?
First of all, they did that. They did that blockiness on purpose.
Yeah. Exactly.
On purpose.
It was meant to be that
choppy,
blocky. They don't understand. They don't understand.
It's just strictly the style of the movie, basically.
Exactly.
If you don't take it how it is, then leave. Don't watch it.
Go ahead, Jacob.
Okay, so you know how these Nimrods, all right, they seem to think everything is all smooth and without any faults.
Right.
When they watch these big picture movies.
Right.
Yeah. All right, because everything in film is 30 frames per second or 24 frames per second. Whatever.
Yeah. If you not to cut you out, but if they put the movie, say a live action movie in 60 frames per second, you'll see some weird shit like you're watching a soap opera. Like people coming out of the frame, you know?
Exactly.
And that's what people complain about the Hobbit movies, because they put the movies in 60 frames per second. Everybody's like, "What the fuck is going on?"
Exactly.
So, but once you do that, for animation, you put it, maybe 30, right? But it doesn't look. But it's not 30. They just make it look like it is. But the way people see it, it's interesting,
right?
Because it's you could tell we human beings our eyes don't work because we can't see shit.
Because our brain interprets it differently.
Yeah.
Right. By the time it comes here and hits that and comes out. Go ahead, Spidey.
What was another interesting part is when they were explaining the first Spider-Man, the one that dies. You haven't seen
in
it
the
again.
beginning.
Damn.
Still watch it.
I mean, well, that's in the comic. That's in the comic.
Damn.
But
That's how
when they were
Miles-
giving a quick origin of his story, it was a bit of the Sam Raimi Spider-Man. Yeah, because the whole stopping the train scene, the whole dance scene.
Yeah, he was dancing.
We don't talk about that. It was interesting, but it was also like an ultimate Spider-Man mixed in with it because the Green Goblin was the big actual goblin.
Right, yeah, it was the big fire-breathing goblin.
It was like a mixture of the two, but it was another cool aspect.
Yeah, it was a cool little thing that they put together.
Because I cut you off, so...
Yeah, okay. Yeah, so going back to the animation that they used for going back to the Nimrods that didn't know what was, what animation is when they look at it. So basically, you know how, going back to the 24 frames per second, 30 frames per second. Normally, we, the animators animate by ones or twos or whatever. They just mix the techniques together.
Yeah, we went to school for this.
Exactly. But in this movie, that slow, clunky or choppy animation that they use that was smooth at times. They use it for two. They use twos for it, just to get that effect. They wanted to do something different.
Yeah.
And look what worked out for them. This amazing film. At times, bro, you see the 2D coming in. I'm like,
yeah, it's a 3D movie trying to be 2D instead of the other way around. Because a lot of 2D tries to be 3D. And it doesn't work out. It looks weird. It looks, like you've seen it in anime.
Or they're 2D, then go 3D for certain scenes.
Yeah, and it's just 2D. Weird. It doesn't make sense. It's out of place. But this is a 3D movie that's trying to be 2D. And it works. They made it work. A lot of the dynamic scenes coming out, that part where he's jumping from the building. The ones they show in the trailer.
That part was,
You watched that in the movie?
Delish.
I kind of wish we saw that in IMAX.
Yeah, for sure. So for your rating, what do you give it, Kevin?
My rating?
Yeah. What's your score?
It's really. I want to give it a 10.
Mm-hmm.
I want to be fair, so I'm gonna be like Jacob.
I understand.
I'm gonna be like Jacob, because I want to be fair. Because I don't like Kingpin's character design. Although I got used to it, it didn't bother me.
Right.
It was just that. It's just a nitpick. But that part with the Prowler, that is, I feel like they should have developed more.
Mm-hmm.
And the Prowler is voiced by, what's his name?
Cottonmouth. Marshala Ali Marhala. The guy who did
Mahershala Ali.
The guy who did Cottonmouth and Luke Cage in the first season.
He played in Moonlight.
Yeah, he was in Moonlight. But yeah, him. He does.
And Miles' dad, who's
Paperboy. All about that Paperboy.
Yeah.
And Liv Schreiber was Kingpin.
Yeah.
Really? You guys might know him as Sabretooth from the X-Men movies.
Oh, man.
But yeah, Liv Schreiber.
And he gave him a Brooklyn accent?
Yeah, he gave him the heavy, Brooklyn, New York.
Yeah.
You get this spoiler, man. Yeah, it was great, though. It was awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Yo.
Yeah, still wow.
What,
watch it.
Y'all watching Wreck-It Ralph 2? Y'all sleep.
You wasting your goddamn time.
Don't waste your money on that.
You wasting your time. And I'll just add my 2 cents into it. But yeah, I love the character designs. Doc Ock part was awesome.
Yeah.
I loved her design. And it was cool, too, because I don't know if you noticed, but when she tied her hair up, it looked like the head of an octopus. How she had it in that big bun.
Yeah.
I thought that was cool, too, of her. And what's his face was kind of weird, though. Scorpion, I wasn't feeling.
Well, that's the ultimate Scorpion.
That's the ultimate Scorpion? Okay, he had that,
He was Hispanic, too?
Yeah, he's Mexican or something. Because he had the face tattoo of, the Day of the Dead. He had the skull face tattoo.
Yeah, he's more Hispanic than, the original.
Right.
Homecoming back Oregon.
Yeah.
Okay, but yeah. I mean, it was still cool, though. He was alright. He didn't bother me too much.
Who was the gray guy? Who was that, Tombstone?
Yeah, that was Tombstone.
That was Tombstone.
Yeah, the gray. Usually when you see him around Kingpin, it's 9 out of 10 is Tombstone.
I rather have
flat top. He has a flat top head. And
I rather have that in the Spider-Man PlayStation 4 game.
Yeah, not in the game. He looks badass in the game.
Yeah.
But that one they based off of the old, the old like 90s Spider-Man. Yeah, from the animated series.
Yeah,
the old one. Yeah, they kind of based them off that design because you look at that, that's how Tombstone looks. He has a flat top and the suit and the gray face, the white hair. Yeah. What were you gonna ask him, Kevin?
No, I forgot what I was gonna say. No, I was gonna say like the video game one is.
Yeah, the video game Tombstone is badass. He's dope. He's super cool looking. But overall, dude, the great movie. And my nitpick too, similar to yours with the whole Prowler development story.
Yeah.
But I do how like they kind of sped up the whole process with Miles kind of coming into the Spider-Man position, and he kind of, for the sake of the movie, they couldn't stretch it out. But
yeah.
As soon as what's her name, Mary Jane gave her little speech, MJ, she gave her speech, and he was kind of like, "Oh man, this is it. I gotta step up. I was bitten by the spider. I got the powers. I gotta be new Spider-Man." And then from there, movie just takes off.
I would say one last thing is that it brought back a lot of the themes from like a lot of older like animation, like Land Before Time and things like that. Like they got parts where it's dark, and you know that part, that scene. Yeah. When shit goes down, like you don't see that, and they show it loud and proud. Mm-hmm. They ain't shy away. They weren't afraid that little kids get scared.
Right.
I hope they make more movies like that. Like,
yeah, they should. They should follow that.
Because like
kids need to stop being so sensitive.
Yeah.
If they make movies like that, they would stop being sensitive.
Yeah, for sure.
Like watch Land Before.
Exactly.
Watch Land Before Time when you're a little kid.
Or what's the one with the rabbits that they're redoing on Netflix?
Watership. Oh Lord.
Teach you about life lessons and learn you one. Go ahead, Jacob, before we jump to the next.
Okay, so the last thing I want to say is that the Liz part, they intentionally removed that from the trailer when you saw Gwen Stacy. You know, they intentionally removed that, and then when you got to see it in the theater, like you got to see that scene in the theater when they were in the forest, you're like, "Oh snap, dog! What? She came out of nowhere."
Yes.
But like one other thing too that I want to mention was the comedy and the writing was spectacular. Also, Into the Spider-Verse is the second one is in the works, is in production. Mm-hmm. So waiting for that. Yeah, that's all I want to say.
Yeah.
And our
Satan.
Have
you seen it, Satan?
Satan has not seen.
Is Satan interested to watch it?
I mean, after hearing
us go on about it.
Yeah. I feel like I watched the movie already.
There you go. You can visualize it.
But yeah, I want to watch it.
Yeah, most definitely.
You guys make it sound like it's good, so.
No, it is.
It's phenomenal.
I mean, I didn't say my rating, but I definitely give it I give it a solid 9 out of 10.
Ooh.
Yeah. Lamp.
Only because of characters, development parts, some things I felt was a little lacking. But I mean, everything else was like pristine, spot on.
You know, Lamp?
That's my only gripe.
You
know me, I'm all about story and characters and stuff. So.
You should definitely
Lamp, stop looking at me.
You should definitely come work for me. And stare into people's souls.
There you go. All right, moving right along down the list. We gotta keep this ball rolling.
I know. Part-time job offering right here.
All right. Baki the Grappler, new season on Netflix.
Yes, guy.
Makes you want to cry, right? So you know, I've been waiting for Baki's was one of those anime series because I'm really like select on what I like, and like it was just one of those series that I grew up watching, and for them to take this long to come back out again, I was just like mind blown. And I mean, it's amazing. I like that they continued it, and it wasn't just like a reboot. It literally just picked up off the end of season 2 from the original one, and that was shit like we were talking about earlier, like I don't know, like 15, maybe 17 years ago. Yeah, Baki was out for a hot minute.
From 1991.
Yeah, see, since 91.
That must have been the hottest minute of the lifetime.
Yeah, and it's weird. I don't know what made Netflix decide to pick it up, but I'm glad they did, and they you know,
it's still continuing.
Nobody want it? I'll take it.
Yeah, they're like, hey, we'll get it. We got an anime fan base now. It's growing, so let's go ahead and promote it. And
yeah, the original anime released in '94.
Right, yeah, see, so that should tell you the time frame that it was already out around. But yeah, dude, it's great. And one of the key things I was going to mention too about it is that like Baki the Grappler, the difference between like, for example, like Baki in Dragon Ball Z, right, is because the writers and the characters that are in Dragon Ball Z, they like to fight and they're about, you know, becoming the strongest. But with Baki the Grappler, the writer himself is a fighter, and so the series more so appreciates the art of fighting. As opposed to one show's about just fighting and getting stronger and blowing shit up. And this one, like, each person has their own fighting style. Yep. And it shows you, like, the beauty of it between, like, the stances that they do and the different attacks and techniques and all the shit they can, like, withstand.
The exercises
that they go through. They
explore the myths of, like, a lot of the martial arts.
Right.
And they put it in with the realism of martial arts.
Yeah. No, it's beautiful. There's a beauty to like the savageness of it. From was it like I know like Kempo's one of the main ones that they use a lot. Thai, karate,
Adoppo,
yeah, everything, dude. It's great. And boxing towards the end, they showed one of the guys who's like a big time boxer, so he's gonna be in the next season. That's one of the main dudes. But yeah, and then the muscles and oh my god, it's ridiculous. when you see them throw like punches and kicks, you can see like the muscle rippling and breaking and like hitting the other person, and then just like you can feel the sheer power of these characters when they like make contact and hit. You be like, oh man, I think I felt that in my.
It's one of those animes where you feel. It's one of those anime you feel like they're throwing bones on each other.
Yeah,
it's just straight up like broken limb, broken arms, broken teeth, all that.
Yeah, because like just to give you like a little history on who Baki is, like I know in the manga and in the anime when it first started, he's like this 13, 14-year-old boy who wants to like be the greatest fighter and eventually beat his dad who is like the world champion. Like he's the strongest man in the world.
He's the strongest man in the world. Yeah,
like in existence. And so like Baki, while he was doing his training in the forest, he threw himself off of a cliff so he can tap into like this instinct where when you're about to die, like this instinct kicks in of like this flight or fight mode, and it's like either you're gonna die or you're gonna survive. What's gonna happen? And like once you like are able to break into that mode, then that's it. You've like ascended to like God level. And so yes, like.
Okay, no, it's just a joke. There you go, Ultra Instinct.
No, he didn't go no goddamn Ultra. That shit came years later.
10 years later.
Baki is original, my boy. Original.
But like Baki's dad he's considered like a nuclear weapon.
Yeah, no, he is.
Okay, there's a page in the manga where you see, because it's current, so you see Donald Trump trying to talk to Bucky's dad and try to sign paper to not attack.
Yeah, to not
and
attack.
And he's trying to give it to him, and he's scared, and he's pissing his pants. And I was like,
Yeah, there's a lot of cameos.
Funny.
Obama's in it. Hillary's in it in one issue.
Yeah,
Trump's in it. But yeah, like he was saying, because he's so deadly, he's trying to get him to sign this paperwork. Like, please don't attack us, because you can literally kill everybody in the United States by yourself.
They send
suplex Florida.
Yeah, just rip it off the ground. Perfect arch.
There's a scene where they organize. They have to organize some type of fight, and so what they did, they close up like a parking lot. Because this is something in the manga where he fights his son, and they close out the parking lot. They have TV, news crew, lights everywhere, police cars all around the area. It's like, damn, Jesus, that's no joke.
Yeah, no, it's no joke. And they go through this like intense battle between the two of them, and the whole time they're just meditating, and it's just their willpower just fighting one another. Just to see who's going to back down.
They're drinking tea.
Yeah, they're just sitting there drinking tea, meditating, looking at each other, and everybody's just watching like what's about to happen. And the whole time there's like a mental battle happening between them. Nah, shit's intense. It's real.
Okay, you sure it's not JoJo?
No, it's not JoJo.
That's some JoJo shit right now.
It's not JoJo.
There's a little bits of it, but it's not JoJo at all, man. It's its own thing.
Yeah, it's definitely its own thing, dude. But you have to, I highly recommend it. If you like violence and big
anime violence and action. You like old school? You like that old school shit?
Yeah, when people's heads get like caved in from punches and shit. Yeah, that's the one.
Son, I'm watching that.
Yeah, go
people
for
getting
it.
Fucked up.
And just jump into it. Just go right on Netflix. You don't even.
And
have
you catch up because that show actually does a good job to make people catch up with the series. Mm-hmm. So it's, anybody could watch it, and you will instantly know what happened before. You're not gonna know what happened in the tournament he was having, but it'll tell you what happened to him. Like certain things happened to him, and certain things happened to some characters.
Would you need to look at the previous seasons so you can understand this?
No, not really. But like, if you want the full understanding, the full gravity of like why, especially like the dad, because they're not gonna explain the dad, especially this season, because they only show the first season. Yeah. So they barely didn't show his dad, because when you watch it, you'd be like, why is his dad stalking his son?
Right. Yeah. Like,
but you don't know that he's stalking him because he's looking for him to be strong. You know.
Right.
Because he's gonna challenge him. He's gonna fight him. He actually wants to fight his son.
Right. He wants to see how.
Because he saw how strong he was in the previous season. How he beat the guy. Because if you watch the opening, that last scene where he, for those who did, that guy he grabbed and put him in a headlock and break his teeth.
Yeah, he breaks. Remember, he was doing that little headlock thing.
That was the guy he fought in the last round of the tournament
of season 2.
Season 2.
Yeah.
Okay, so when you say that, the dad is looking at his son, just wanting to fight him. So he's not like another Hisoka, just looking at Gon or Kilo will say
Nah.
Gon and Kilo?
First of all,
okay.
He's not getting no weird, sexual vibes.
No, but...
Doing the weird, swing.
And he stares at him, and then Gon, like, oh my god.
Like, how they get the chills? Yeah, that's because a pervert's looking at him. That's why. No, it's not like that.
And besides, he can't sense his dad, so that's the kind of reason. I'm kind of spoiling it for, in the manga. He kind of has to know that his dad is, following him. Mm-hmm. He doesn't know that, because he still isn't strong enough.
Right, yeah,
he's
can't sense his power.
He's not strong enough to sense his father.
So he doesn't have ki. He doesn't have that...
That key.
Birdboy.
I mean, he's using other anime
to try to
understand.
Exactly.
Well, yeah, but they call it something else. It's more, the Sixth Sense.
Right. Exactly. Yeah, he doesn't have that. But to add to that whole stalking thing, there's a scene, and I don't know if episode 3 or 4, where Baki's on a date with his girlfriend. Yeah, that's the she's showing a picture to everyone right now. But that's the boxer. But back to what I was saying. Yeah, it's on the men look.
Yeah, man.
But there's a scene. Remember when the big bald head guy from Russia was about to attack Baki?
Yeah.
While he was with his girlfriend, and he's hugging her and kissing her, and Baki kind of looks on the side of her, and he looks up and he sees the guy.
No, he's the American, the bald one.
The bald guy with the tattoos.
Oh man, I forgot. He's one of my favorite characters.
Yeah, he's ridiculous.
He's awesome.
He's ridiculous, dude. But he's there, just standing behind the girl, watching them. And Baki notices him, and he just gives him this crazy death stare, piercing through him. And the guy was about to attack, and he's just looking at him he kind of hesitated, should I do this or I don't know? Because he's not really flinching or giving me any response. He's just giving me this crazy death stare while he's hugging his girlfriend. And then out of nowhere, the big Yakuza guy comes through and puts his hand around his mouth and grabs him and just disappears into the darkness. And then they start this crazy fight scene. Bro, you gotta watch it. I'll just give you that little tidbit, but you gotta watch it, bro. It's super intense. It's great.
I think his name was
the big bald guy. I thought that was the one that was in Russia, wasn't it? Wasn't he the one that was locked up in Russia?
The Russian guy is this one. The blonde hair.
The blonde hair. Oh yeah, Skirkovsky. Yeah, you're right. So Spec is the one I'm thinking of. Yeah, Spec. Spec was the one.
He's the one who was locked up in the submarine.
Yeah, he was locked up in the submarine deep on the water.
Okay, so
He's all
in this,
over.
all right, you look confused, man. But
I'm
let
just like scared. He was locked up in a submarine. He's a kaiju.
Son, he swam to Japan, man.
He swam to Japan.
Godzilla?
Literally.
What?
Yeah,
That's
literally
what I'm
swam.
saying.
All you got to do is watch episode 1 because it intros all the main villains, all the bad guys that are going to be in the tournament, and it'll show you where because they're all locked up in some like crazy maximum prison, and because of how dangerous they are. But literally, they're just there buying time because their whole goal is to eventually fight and die because that's the thing. Like their goal is to meet somebody that's on their level and to be released and set free and and killed off.
Because they're in death row.
Because they're on death row anyway. So yeah, so that's them. They don't want to die because the government wants to kill them. They want to die like honorable,
from a strong opponent.
Damn. So like you see like this one scene, there was a guy locked up in this crazy glass case looking thing, reading a book, and like when like he saw that it was time for him to go, he just literally got up and just like punched the glass.
No, he palmed it. He did something right. He created like a
vacuum.
A vacuum.
That's what he did.
And he broke, and it's bulletproof glass. He breaks it. Boom. He breaks it, and like the guards are like, "What the?" And he kills them.
He just runs through them. And it's funny because while he was sitting at his table, he was writing a note telling them that he was getting ready to leave and that he's going to a tournament.
I'm getting to leave. I'm looking for someone to kill me.
Right, and then he just gets up and does that. But yeah, dude, you have to watch it. Like I'm already rewatching it now in Japanese because I watched it through the first time the dub. Now I'm watching it sub just because I want to hear the Japanese voices. Yeah, man, it's great, dude.
But wait, so they do have like the key energy. When you see the first episode, you'll see it, but like I'll explain it a little bit. So it's pretty much it's like your will to fight. So when people that are weaker than you feels it, they get scared around you. Yeah, that's what it is.
That's what it is.
That's pretty much my terms of understanding. Yeah, it's hockey.
It's hockey. It's your hockey, but it's quite different because everybody's like shaking.
Yeah, everybody like gets. They're
not getting knocked. They're not getting
knocked. It's just like you know who's superior over them. So it's like.
Yeah, but like
it's like instincts.
Yeah, it's like instinct.
Like,
right. And what's funny is that if you watch the first episode, Baki, he fell asleep in class, and everybody's like, "Why are we all shaking?"
Yeah, nobody could control it. Like,
why are we all shaking? And it's like, except for Baki, and then Baki wakes up, and everybody's came to normal. Like, what the hell?
Yeah, dude, that's how intense he is.
I don't get it.
Because the energy, the aura that he gives off, because he's so strong and it's so intense. That the average person around him immediately like gets nervous and scared, and they don't know why.
Really?
They're something's bad about to happen, but I don't know what's bad about to take place. And he was asleep in class, like just knocked out.
He's just sleeping.
Yeah, he was asleep in class.
Because that's his intent. But since he's not strong enough to feel his dad, that's why his dad's talking.
AKA the ogre.
Because the thing about his dad, like he doesn't show it, so a lot of people when he fights people, he let them fight them, even though he knows there's no way in hell they're gonna defeat him. Because if you watch the second season or read the manga, he was in the tournament with Baki, but he got bored and he left because he's like they're not doing anything because he let them fight and then one dude punch him, break his fist.
Yeah, that nobody could. He's so because they nicknamed him the ogre. And because when he turns around and flexes his back muscles, it makes the face of a Oni demon. Because that's how intense his muscles are. Like you can see the face of a demon appear on his back when he flexes his muscles. He's ridiculous.
Son, you gotta watch him. You gotta watch him fight. Like it's crazy. It's like round one. He just stands there, and then the guy's like, I'm gonna do my karate shit, and then he kicks him, breaks his freaking leg in half. Like. And he's like, he lost. He doesn't do anything. He just stands there.
This anime sounds cringy.
But when but the thing is, when he does fight, he doesn't even try because he will just grab one hand, break your neck. Thanks. That's it.
Yeah, he's ridiculous. His dad's ridiculous.
I mean, I like the violence and all, but the muscles. Are too much.
You're super packed with muscles.
It sounds interesting, but I kind of agree with the muscle thing.
I mean, that's just the art style.
That's the art style. I mean, that's the one
the
thing.
choice,
That's the one thing about it, like how to recommend this, because people like people look at art and it's subjective, know? And so the muscles could be a turn off for some people,
right? The ridiculous muscles,
ridiculous muscles, but. I mean, just give it a try because it's a wild show.
That's what I said. All you gotta do is watch episode 1.
Watch episode 1.
That's all you gotta do. If that doesn't pull you in, cool. But trust me, if you watch that and you're like, all right, I gotta see where this goes because these dudes look ridiculous. They swimming from like overseas to Japan.
Bro, buddy from Russia just walk from the snow to the Siberia and then go.
And just made it right over there. Yeah, nah, it's crazy. It's insane. He lets himself get caught by the police to go to jail. Spec? Yeah. Because he needed a place to sleep. So when the cops came, he was like, all right, I give up. They're like, oh, okay. And they arrested him and put him in jail. And then they're in the jail chilling. And then the alarms go off. And they're like, what happened? Where'd he go? And you see him in the employee break room, going through the refrigerator looking for food. And he's trying to eat stuff. And he's like, I got hungry. So I just got up and walked out.
He's like, I got hungry. What's going on with this?
Go ahead.
I mean, we gotta save money, right?
Exactly. He need a place to live. I don't blame him.
Gotta crash somewhere.
Exactly.
That's great. He breaks out of prison three or four times, and all the cops are like, he broke out again!
They can't believe it. Bro, he broke out of maximum security in a submarine. You think these bars are gonna hold him? Get out of here. Ridiculous.
Man.
Alright, but that's Baki, though. Watch it. Great.
It sounds fun.
It definitely is.
I might check it out.
Super over the top with the violence, but it's great, though. Next here, Aquaman. Jason Momoa. Aqua Bro.
Bro, he is.
What Zed likes to say, Aqua Bro.
Right, what Zed calls him, Aqua Bro. I'll say this. Aquaman does for the DC what Guardians of the Galaxy did for Marvel. It just brings that extra sci-fi, cool, hip element to it. With a whole different world, right. And, if they stay on this path as far as kind of sticking to a lot of the origins with characters,
they losing people. So.
I mean, that too. That kind of sucks. But I think they could save it with this movie. This movie is really boosting them up again. After people are seeing this, they're like, all right, DC has a chance because this movie definitely holds them down. And they did a great job. But, I mean, costume design alone I thought was great as far as them looking like the characters from his half brother Orm, the Ocean Master. Yeah, he looked straight out of the comics with the helm and the purple and the silver. Yeah, and Black Manta looked dope.
But hold on, is it alright? Because I bought the pop figure of Black Manta. Because I like Black Manta. I'm not a really big fan of Aquaman. Mm-hmm. I like some of his stuff, but I'm not really into him as the character. Mm-hmm. But I like Black Manta, and I bought his pop figure, and I was hoping it wasn't a bad choice to get it.
No, it wasn't. Trust me, he's cool. He's really cool. His little origin they throw in the midst of this whole war that's about to take place because it's Orm trying to become Ocean Master.
Oh yeah, okay, I know this.
Right, so it's that storyline.
It's that story, the one they did for the animation one.
Yeah,
right. Yeah, exactly. The one they did.
Manta didn't start out as Black Manta. Started out as a pirate.
Yeah, he started as a pirate, and then
the development was.
And then one of them I think was killed his dad, and then that's why he.
Yeah, and that's exactly what happened in the movie. Something happens to his dad. He gets mad. He holds a grudge against Aquaman now. Daddy. They make a bargain with him. Orm finds out about it, and he's like, "All right, I'll tell you what. I'll give you some equipment." Because I can't obviously kill my brother because, politics. But you can. So here you go. Here's some stuff from Atlantis. Do what you want with it.
Assassin.
And so, he was like, all right, cool. So he took it. He fucked around with it. Took it apart. Put it together.
That was cool.
Yeah, he developed the whole, helm and stuff for it. And he put on the black. Right, yeah, I didn't look
just armor and weapons, and then he just made it look like the suit that you know.
Right, with the big helmet with the big goggly eyes that shoot the
Iron Man.
That shoot
fucking
the
beams. Oh, man, that was the best part.
The beams that fucking...
Yeah, those beams fucked up Aquaman big time. Because it's from Atlantis, so like it has that technology, so it can do like super damage to him. And he was destroying shit. But you can tell that's his first time like messing with it. So I'm sure when we see him again later on, he's gonna be like more equipped and more used to it. He's gonna know what he's doing.
There is a later on.
Yeah, and that's another thing. Yeah, because I don't know, since we know Ben Affleck doesn't want to be Batman anymore. He's already voiced that several times. And then Henry Cavill, he has a bunch of other shit going on. So I don't know if he's going to continue being Superman.
He's an unknown. He's
still on the fence, I think.
Because he still likes being Superman. I just hope, I think we talked about this before. I just hope they just make a movie where he could shine as Superman.
Right, exactly. And then that's what this movie did for Aquaman. He shined as Aquaman. They showed his powers. They showed what he can do. They showed his backstory.
They leveled him down to people though. Also,
right?
Like, he wasn't just an automatic hero. Like they made him like kind of relatable a little bit, which is cool.
Yeah, because humble beginnings, right? He didn't start off as the prince of Atlantis. He was the son of a fisherman. And his mom was like exiled, so that's how they met or whatever.
Arranged marriage.
Yeah, because she was supposed to do an arranged marriage. She had tried to get out of it. That whole story. And that's how Aquaman came along, because his dad was normal human on land.
Normal human looking at the sea.
Looking at the sea, yeah, and he does it too in the movie. He stares out into the sea, waiting for his wife to come back. But
one
she's
thing
long
that
gone.
bothers me about
Go ahead.
I don't know if there's more things, but right now, I'm thinking about it. The way he swims, it's like a torpedo, but he's not even kicking or anything.
It's the CGI.
Yeah, he just
takes where he wants to go and then flies underwater.
Jets off the fucking turbine engine.
I guess they try to do how in the animation. They just do this. They just put their hands in the sky and they look like they're flying.
I was kind of thinking that too, but. He's lifting up a submarine. You gotta kick, man.
Yeah, that was kind of weird. Now that you mention it,
he didn't in your feet.
Kick his feet while he was lifting this submarine. It's in the trailer too when he lifts the submarine up to the surface and he jumps on top of it. He's just boosting it up. He's not moving his legs or anything. It's like a jet stream.
It's like a propulsion.
A propulsion of it. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what it is. He's
you don't have to kick a lot, but at least 1-2 strokes to show your power also.
So he's basically like a Bonsai Bill from Mario Bros.
Here you go with these obscure references.
Come on, man.
Bonsai Bill. Okay.
Why can't you even use Mermaid Man?
I was gonna make that joke.
Okay, then why? What happened?
What happened, man? What happened?
Yeah, that is a cool observance that you found, that he doesn't kick. Because even fish gotta fucking flip their fins and shit. Mermaid. Everything else swims in the water on the movie except for him.
Yeah, they kick a few times, but when they go super fast, it's just propelled.
You never push his legs once.
No, he just takes off But don't let that little detail
it's just a small detail.
Overall, it's good.
It's cool how he gets propelled and how he's pretty much flying in the water. But
alright, if that's good for DC, but what's the actual?
What, the movie itself?
I
gave it a pretty harsh rate because I'm just critical when it comes to DC, because I know a lot about the characters and stuff, and I know they could do better. There's a lot of material out there, and they just refuse to use it. So, for my rating as a movie, I gave it a 6 out of 10. But for DC standards, I gave it an 8 out of 10.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, that DC, your standards.
So for them, I'm this is a solid 8 out of 10 for DC. This helps them a lot because it is a fun movie to watch. It has the campy music. I'm sorry, but that fucking Pitbull song was straight ass.
There's a Pitbull song?
Son, they remixed fucking Toto, The Rain Down in Africa.
Really?
Yeah.
But they got Pitbull singing it.
What?
And who's a girl? Some girl on the track. It sounded like Rihanna. I could be wrong.
I hope not.
But oh my gosh, there's a shot of them flying overseas to some desert to go find a piece of
and
artifact.
all you hear is "Darling."
Pitbull, Mr. 305.
Worldwide.
Miami.
If you're not in
I was like, what? What is that? They're going to the Sahara Desert. What are you yelling? But yeah, I was like, oh,
down
what?
in Africa, you're insane.
Yeah, son, it was. I was like, who picked this song? Out of all the music that was in the movie, it was like a lot of like old school retro shit. That's why I say they remind me of Guardians of the Galaxy because they had like a lot of old school music. Yeah, so I was like, all right, this is cool. This works. It gives it a nice vibe and a nice pace. But then, bam, they hit you with this new school Pitbull. It felt like some Fast and the Furious soundtrack. I was like, get out of here. What is, like, this commercial ass song that you're pushing on me is killing it for me right now. You were good until this came on. Like, that totally drew me out of the movie, like, for a moment. I was like, oh, God.
Yeah, he's like, yeah.
Here comes where they need to make money. All right, speed it up, blah, blah. Okay, gotcha.
Did they have a race? Then he went family?
Well, I don't know, because it was a scene where, I don't know if you remember this from the trailer, but when they're, like, going through the desert, they both jumped out of the airplane. He does his little Aquaman woohoo where he's diving.
He does the Jason Momoa Aquaman.
Yeah, the Jason Momoa
Aquaman yell.
Yeah, and he's like jumping out of the airplane with what's her face? What's the girl's name? The redhead? Mara. Yeah, so I guess they're racing as they're falling to the sand. I don't know.
What?
But yeah, that part, that song, they could have left that shit out of there. But everything else overall was it was good. The effects, son. They put money in this movie when it came to the CG. My God.
Yeah, it was good.
Just the battle alone, right, Spidey? When they were like going with the war between the like crustacean looking people, and like the rest of the ocean with the sharks and shit.
Those the dark ones, I forgot what they were called. I couldn't see in the dark.
Yeah, they lived in the what did they call it? The abyss, the depths, the edge,
the trench.
The trench.
Yeah,
right.
The trench people.
The trench people. Yeah, whatever they call those little weird. They look like nasty, like monster merman type thing, like fish people.
Yeah.
And
no eyes.
It was like thousands of them. Like I don't know how they managed to do whatever engine they used for that. That's impressive. You thought Spider-Man was impressive. Look at that scene on Aquaman. So there's like thousands of these things on
they're
screen.
like swimming past them, knocking them out, like as they're.
And they're trying to like fight through them to get to like this like hidden spot in the ocean where there's like some like hidden land, underwater cave type thing.
Dinosaurs.
And there's like dinosaurs still living there, and no, it's crazy. I'm assuming this is in the comics.
No, the prehistoric.
Yeah, it's like a little prehistoric area that they swim to.
Have a prehistoric.
But they have to get through the trench first to get to it, and that's the super dark area in the ocean that light doesn't touch.
Tornado in the trench, and then that's what like teleports them to.
Yeah, once they pass through this weird like under like tornado thing, it takes them to there. But yeah, those trench monsters, that shit was crazy. So there's thousands of them. There's a scene where they jump from the boat and they're falling down the water. And that was a cool too thing that they did where they kind of like broke off. It was like looking at a fish tank. Yeah, like you can see the break line for the water and what's above it and what's below it. So above you see this little boat that they were on, and Aquaman breaks one of those road flares, the little flares, and he jumps in the water with it. And as he's diving, because he has the light around him.
They're scared of lights.
Because they're scared of light. You see thousands of these things like spreading apart because they don't want to get touched by the light. And he's just like falling down. You see a whole bunch of them. Super epic. That was a beautiful scene. That part was super cool. I was like, yeah, that's dope. They put a lot in the CG in that movie.
God damn.
They spent money on this film for sure. I think they knew this is it. This is our make or break.
they got to.
Yeah, they had to. What were you gonna ask, Spidey?
No, I mean, they had time, and they had their past mistakes to look upon, so they better make it good if they want to stay in the game.
Yeah, most definitely. And the dude, I can't think of the guy that directed this film, but it's funny because he did a lot of horror movies and nothing superhero at all. Matter of fact, go ahead.
Was it James Wan who was directing that movie?
Yeah,
James Wan, yeah.
Yeah, James Wan.
Yeah, who did Saw, the first one.
So yeah, but he's done like a lot of Blumhouse films too, right? Like he did one of the not Strangers. What's the one where the people have the fucking the demons in the house?
Oh,
Paranormal Activity?
No, not Paranormal Activity. It's a Blumhouse film. Insidious. Insidious. Like I think he did like some of the Insidious movies and a few other ones.
Yeah, that's why they have what's his name playing Ultramaster, which is.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Patrick Wilson. So Patrick Wilson was in Insidious, and he's in this movie too. So that could be a reason why because they worked together before.
Right.
Yeah, he did the Nun. Saw.
Yeah, he did the Nun, Saw. So super like dark graphic. So for
Fast and the Furious 7.
Yeah, he did Fast and the Furious 7.
Oh my god!
So he has a wide range of like movies he's done. So to see him go from that to this, I was like, okay, he can actually do what he was super doing and do it some justice.
You can do variety.
That explains the pit bull.
What'd you say?
That explains the pit bull.
That explains the pit bull choice as well. He had to throw it in there. And I remember they interviewed him about this movie, and he's like, don't put all this pressure on me. I can't save the DC. I just want to make movies. They're like, nah, bro, you got it. You got to save DC. Because everybody else...
I'll make my movie. You guys tell me.
Yeah, it's between you and Wonder Woman right now, bro. Everything
Wonder
else.
Woman did hold it up a bit, but she can't hold it up.
Yeah, she couldn't hold it up forever. So that's why I was like, they needed this movie to help keep them boosted up so people can still have hope.
Yeah, want to get a sequel?
Because like, I'll tell you this, I have no hope for Shazam. I love Shazam.
Yeah, I don't.
I'm still kind of.
So this is make it or break it movie.
It looks
right
funny,
here.
but yeah, I don't see it. The way, just the way he looks. Everybody worked hard for their muscles in other movies.
He has a rubber suit.
Yeah, like I remember you mentioned in one of the other podcasts, Jacob, the whole SpongeBob.
blow up muscles. So I mean, well, what do you give it, Spidey? I mean,
I give it a 7.
Okay, 7's fair.
Yeah,
I give it. I'm with you.
It was a really good movie, DC and movie in general. The action, the comedy was a little pushed sometimes with Jason Momoa. Like,
yeah, the comedy.
He's a good actor, but comedy-wise, he wants to be funny, but he's not as funny. But he was good though, and I did like his whole Maui Warrior type style.
Hockey.
Yeah.
What is it called again?
The Haka.
I'm saying hockey. Haka. This is this guy with One Piece.
It's on the mind.
But the Haka, yeah, because you see he throws that in there. I was like, I see you throwing in your culture.
The trident, and then when he's spinning it,
when he's spinning it, yeah, he does the little war cry too. Remember when he's fighting Black Manta's dad, and he grabs that pole off the ground and he like holds it. He does the stance, the Haka stance.
Yeah.
And he does like the little whoo. And he throws it at him.
Hold on,
I was like, whoa, okay. I remember Aquaman. He's making Aquaman cool. Because Aquaman used to be super cornball way back in like...
that's the cartoon.
The old school Aquaman getting caught in fucking 6-pack plastic. But go ahead.
I mean, that's the cartoon when he's riding the little seahorse.
He's riding the seahorse.
Or if you remember the time we had that beer with a hook.
When he had the hook hand. That was the Brave and the Bold.
The badass.
No, the Brave and the Bold.
Right.
He was normal with the beard.
He was normal with the beard.
Well, they upgraded those the seahorses too.
Yeah, those seahorses was cool in the movie. Yeah. I'm telling you, like the aquatic creatures that they had was like.
Yeah, they changed it up.
But I got a question.
Oh, and Dolph Lundgren's in it too.
Dolph Lundgren.
Yeah, he's one of the king, one of the 4 kings.
Yeah, the 4 kings of the sea.
Yeah.
But I have a question.
Go ahead.
So, Jason Momoa, of course, he's Polynesian.
Mm-hmm.
Does his Polynesian culture in the movie as Aquaman.
Yeah.
Is his dad Polynesian?
Yes, he is.
Yeah.
His dad is Polynesian.
That's what I'm saying, because if he's doing that, his dad better be that, because his mom is white.
Yeah, she's straight up blonde,
like
blonde hair, blue eyes, white girl.
You see on Aquaman, his dad has a little bit of it.
Yeah, his dad has like a couple of those same tattoos.
Okay, it's like that tribal type.
So yeah, so that part they kept so it at least makes sense. Like, wait, how these 2 white people make
this brown man,
this bronze hero,
bronze hero?
Exactly. But nah, he is. His dad's Polynesian too, so it works.
All right, okay,
it works. If they made it work out, so you're not like it doesn't feel like too awkward that he's not the typical blonde.
He's not the blonde
Aquaman that we all know from the books.
Blonde highlights, but not blonde.
Yeah, blonde highlights, but not blonde.
That's fine. I mean, that's a good design choice. I mean, comic book Aquaman, like the new one, he's better. He's like that, but a little more serious and a little more.
Yeah, right. He's not like comical.
He's not the comic book. He's not comical like last time.
Right.
But like Jason Momoa, what he did.
He's all for Atlantis. Like,
no, he's like with how you guys described it. He's kind of like that.
Okay.
Kind of like what you guys were talking about. But what's funny is that with that movie and the way he's kind of bringing to life Aquaman, they kind of revamp Aquaman again.
Yeah, they do.
And they redid him with longer hair, with beard, and made him look like Jason Momoa.
Right, to try to fit the more Jason. Yeah, because that's the thing too.
Because he kind of really took that role.
Yeah, no, he did,
and really made this Aquaman. No, really made his own. So
yeah, he did.
That's what I see. Of course, I have to watch the movie.
Yeah, when you get a chance to watch it. Trust me, I recommend it to anybody who likes
for all
hero
those haters
movies.
that are like, no, it's Aquaman. Yeah, it's Aquaman. He's cool now.
Yeah, he's cool now.
He's cool now. Give it a shot.
Yeah, trust me, watch it. It's worth it. It's definitely worth it. They put a lot into it.
That's right.
And one of the most impressive things too in that movie was the hair. The hair in that movie,
in the water,
when they're underwater, son, it moves the entire time. Like you can see the hair.
I didn't even notice it. Damn.
Yeah, when you if you ever watch it again, watch the hair. It's always moving. I was like, they went in with this hair CG
for a little bit.
And
then that was it.
But like Dolph Lundgren's character, the other king, like his hair, it was just like flowing the whole time. Aquaman, his hair was flowing the whole time. I was like, yo, son, they pulled some like Final Fantasy hair animation. They must have spoke to Square Enix or something.
Also with the whole like mixtures of the movies, dark movies like Conjuring and Insidious and stuff. Supposedly there was like an Easter egg of Annabelle
in the movie
bunker when they got her car out of the big that bunker where all the fish was at.
Oh yeah, where it was like a bunch of dead fish was in there, and he was like, "Oh, this shit stinks."
My uncle pointed it out. I'm like, I didn't see it.
I didn't see it. Yeah, I didn't. I mean, I wasn't looking for it. I'm fucking terrified of Annabelle, but okay. But no, I'm about to look that up. I'm gonna Google that.
That's his greatest weakness, y'all. Jamal's afraid of creepy dolls.
Shut up.
Man, I don't blame you. Tales from the Hood?
Oh, son, the original one? Oh, my God. Fuck that movie. But anyway. But that's cool. Yeah.
Her powers were portrayed pretty cool, too. Like, even underwater, Mara.
Oh, yeah. Mara was dope. She's, like, pretty OP. Like, she could control the ocean water. And
eyes turning blue.
And, yeah, she can make the waves move and shift. And, like, I was like, yeah, she's ridiculous.
Moana was.
You even say something?
Yeah, so basically she has the power of the moon.
The power of what?
She's like the moon. She can change the time.
Oh my god.
I had to time right over.
And you know what? If you would have said she was a waterbender, I would have went for that. But here you come with some moves.
Just losing shots.
Yeah, you're
missing the match.
You are not on point with the dad jokes. You falling off the ditch.
Yeah, my sister yelled that out too. She's a waterbender. She's a Tara.
Yeah, see.
Man.
So easy.
So easy.
So easy. It's so disappointing. We gotta dock your pay, man.
All right.
Easy one.
But go see Aquaman. It's dope.
It's dope for Disney standards.
It's dope for Disney standards.
No, it's dope for Warner Brothers standards.
For Warner Brothers DC, it's dope. Definitely go see it. Help DC out so they can make more good movies like this.
Sign Aquaman over to Marvel and he would do pretty good.
Just bring him in. We'll just take off.
No Namor, so
yeah, there you go. Have him as Namor. All right, so 2 new trailers dropped. One good, one.
Yeah.
So what do we want? We want the good first, or we want the bad?
Let's
first?
go with bad.
Let's go with bad.
Yeah.
All right. So Hellboy trailer.
That's y'all.
Hellboy trailer just dropped, and man, that hype dropped real quick. They bamboozled us with that Photoshop poster.
That poster was the movie.
That poster was badass. It was like, damn, this gonna be Hellboy?
Honestly,
Yo, this was crazy.
The poster. The way he looked which is how he looks in the trailer. I didn't like it.
I don't know. The poster looked cool, but then when that trailer came out, I was like,
he looks like a cast member for play the Cats. Like, what the hell?
Took away back Cats.
God damn, son.
Oh my god. I thought it was going to be a Netflix original.
You have to tell you the truth. That should be a Netflix original.
Might as well.
It's so, bro. Netflix original. Just at CW.
Man, even CW would buy this.
Oh my goodness, bro. Like, when I was watching it, first off, the problem is whatever the cameras that they're using and the film that they're using for the shots, it just doesn't feel like a full like feature film. It just feels it's
The
super.
cameraman, probably.
No, but it has to do something with the grade of film. I'm gonna have to like do some research on what they're using, but it doesn't feel like a movie. You know what I mean? It doesn't feel cinematic
like
at all.
show.
Right? It does. It's not, and I don't know if they're trying to go for that whole like motion capture, like 4K whatever BS that a lot of like people are trying to do. So it does better when they start doing like the 3D shit. But yeah, it doesn't work. I mean, him himself, his costume, his makeup, super red for no reason. He's like a damn hot sauce bottle. And like tomato juice, right? And then like it feels like he has a mask on. It's not like the original Hellboy with Ron Perlman, where like they did a little cosmetics around his face, but it looked natural. Like he could speak and you could hear him pronounce words.
Right.
On this one, it's like super mumbled. Like he's like whatever they put on his face to give him that chin. It feels like it might be just too heavy for him, so he can't really move his lips and open his mouth.
The cheekbones are too big.
Yeah, the cheekbones are way high. It just look, I don't know, dude. It don't look right. And then he ain't got the man bun, the samurai hair bun. Like that's one of the cool designs of Hellboy. Like he keeps that little samurai bun in the back.
Yep.
And now he got all the hair down, so he can be all cool and edgy for the edgelords and fucking
For Hot Topics.
for Hot Topics, so they can sell them Hot Topic T-shirts.
Yeah.
He looks ridiculous.
Yeah, dude, I'm not feeling it. What do you want to add, Jacob?
So
Go ahead.
basically,
Oh my god.
No. Okay, let me try. Right.
All right. Go. Let's hear it.
Okay, so basically, with the long hair down, Mavis Maybelline.
Mavis.
You trying to do like a shampoo?
L'Oreal.
And another thing with the mask, you know, future mask on, mask off. Boy, you gotta take that mask off.
We about to mute you for the rest of the
Should have just stayed with the one joke. Should have stayed with
Man, what happened?
You had it good.
In the trailer, did he have a cigar?
No, he didn't have a cigar.
He had a cigar?
Well, no, but he never smoked cigars. That's a Ron Perlman.
That's a Ron Perlman thing.
But he smokes cigarettes, you know, and he drinks beer and things.
Yeah, I
like
was gonna
that.
say because in the Injustice 2,
Yeah,
Hellboy, he has a cigarette that he smokes.
That's what in the comic books.
Right,
and that's the thing, because that's what I thought, that they were gonna make it like the comic books. If you've never read the comic books, the way it's illustrated, it's very dark. It's very occult. You know, you know, it talks about supernatural beings, right? And so it's supposed to be like the scary world. But with Hellboy, he's kind of like Jason Momoa in that sense. Like he's a bro, you know, like he's a dude. He's a demon. He's a demon from hell, but he's like a normal dude that likes watching sports and drink beer and eat potato chips. You know?
Right, yeah.
Right? And he goes off into the adventures. I'm watching this trailer, I don't see the darkness or whatever, because their thing about this movie was like, oh, we're gonna be true to the comics. And I don't see that. That first trailer is just him yucking it up with these crazy fucking people. We don't know who they are. And he's shooting people. He's like, hey, I'm Hellboy. What's up, everybody? Look at my weird face. Look at my sunken eyes.
My sunken in eyes. My low brow.
And like, and that shot when he shot those people in like that factory, you saw CGI blood, and it's like, oh, this is one of those
CGI blood. Sometimes practical effects go a long way. You don't have to CGI goddamn everything. Did they kill me with that? Did you saw it, right?
Yeah, she saw it.
Yeah.
So,
right over here.
Being as Hellboy, how'd you feel about it? How'd you like it?
First of all, as you all mentioned, his face.
Mm-hmm.
It just looks wrong. It looks like a mask. It doesn't. It looks like he's one of those bad cosplayers.
Ooh,
Damn. Really bad
Party City
cosplayers.
Party
City mask.
Homemade.
Rubber mask.
ones,
Party
yeah.
City.
I didn't feel the darkness like Kevin said. Like I felt like it was I like the original. I felt like they were gonna go more for the original one that came out years ago. I really like that one. I missed I miss the cigar. I miss the whole...
Ron Perlman.
Ron Perlman.
I don't know.
It's what you miss is Ron Perlman.
I love it.
Of course, because it was great.
Because it was great.
Ron Perlman and
He
Del Toro.
He brought...
Guillermo del
But
Toro.
then now, he's just red.
Super red.
Looks like he
Red
has a
Red.
mask. And it's weird. I don't know. There's something off about it, but I just can't.
Yeah.
I have to look at the trailer again because I only watched it once.
Yeah, that's all you need to see is one time. he has that greasy, like, wet hair that girls do sometimes. Where they put the extra...
The chongas.
They put that mousse. They put that
He
extra
got the chonga.
chonga hair.
No, it's not what
Yeah,
it's Jim.
As you said earlier, I missed that little bun.
The samurai
The
bun.
samurai bun.
Yeah.
I loved it. But
Yeah, it's a
then,
meme.
That should be a meme. Somebody need to make that.
That's your hair out.
I'm definitely not excited.
Right. I think we just need to wait and... I don't know.
I don't know. If they look,
What
if the
happens.
second trailer, just make it like they promised to be the comics, maybe it will, work and
Right.
it'll probably be interesting. But with this first trailer, son, just put that on a DVD bin in a truck stop.
If that's what it's gonna look like, I don't think it's gonna succeed.
I'd look like Netflix special.
When I saw the poster,
Put that in
I
the
thought
DVD
just,
bin.
why?
$2 for $2.
Make a sequel instead of just revamping him. He didn't need to be revamped.
Well, that's a whole.
Yeah, there's more to
story.
it. And with
Yeah,
Ron
I'm
Perlman
pretty sure there
money
is,
and
but it
director.
wasn't needed.
There's a lot going on.
Unnecessary.
But go ahead, Jacob.
Yeah, but when I first saw the trailer, I
Mhm.
mean, I felt the same way you guys did. It didn't really interest me, especially with it trying to have that try hard humor, like trying to copy Deadpool in a way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
It's like Guardians of Deadpool.
yeah, it's like they try to catch you in with the music that's being played on a trailer, and then it just falls flat.
Yeah.
And another thing too, like the only cool shot I would say was the ending when he just got off on the ground and he had that flaming crown on his head.
Oh yeah, the sword on the crown.
Yeah, pretty much. That thing was like the only one that caught me. Everything else was just, it didn't really catch my attention. It was just weird.
Yeah. How'd you feel about the Hellboy?
Mostly what everyone's been saying so far is just the phase is weirding me out completely. It's just, to be honest, when I saw that chair, I was thinking Ghost the whole time. The whole kind of his mask.
Moving mouth.
That's what I thought it was. I'm like, oh, okay, he's a Ghost fan. Okay, yeah. But no, yeah, and I haven't really seen a whole lot of Hellboy except for the movies.
Mm-hmm.
And I get why he was trying to go for the whole darkness or whatever, but I never really felt any of that. It's just like, oh, here, let me get some leftover Deadpool jokes in here.
Yeah, let me just
Let me just hammer that in for you a little while.
Should I be the one light in the darkness?
Yes.
I mean, if you like something out of it, go ahead. Yeah.
It seemed like there was a lot going on, and besides his face, that's the main thing I didn't like. But everything else looked pretty dope to me, since I don't know the comics that well. I mean, yes, I did love the original. The original is like number one out of Hellboy's standards go. But I'm interested to see it. I liked what was going on and what I saw in the trailer. It looked dope. There's a lot of like villains for him to fight, like demons and shit. Shoot him up and
I
all that.
couldn't concentrate. When I was watching it, all I could see was
His
red
face.
red face.
All
It's
the
like,
attention.
I was just thinking
All this
about
is going
what
on
is
face.
off. What is it?
And it's funny because like the actor who's playing Hellboy, he's not bad. He's
He's a stranger.
He was a stranger.
Yeah,
he was a cop,
right?
What's funny there?
And
Stranger Things.
And he's not bad for the role. It just felt like whoever is making him look Hellboy, they better talk to the people that made that poster. Be like, yo, can you
David
fix
Harbour.
it? Can you fix that up a little bit?
Yeah, that's his name, David Harbour. Yeah, he was in Stranger Things.
Because like for right now, that first trailer, like I said
Mila
again,
Jovovich
DVD
is in it too.
Yes.
Been in a truck stop.
DVD's truck stop.
I got some DVDs, some Hellboy DVDs.
but it's cool that you're glad to see it, because I think that's what this trailer is anyway, and it's to give it to people that don't know anything about Hellboy.
Right.
and to reintroduce them.
Go
like
ahead.
this man.
I don't know shit about Hellboy.
All right, so since you don't know nothing about it, how did you feel about the trailer?
I didn't even see the trailer.
What? For real? I thought we showed it to you.
So you just haven't seen it. You just don't care.
All right. After this, we'll have to show it to you.
All right.
Yeah.
And let you.
I anticipate it. I love how salty the atmosphere
Wait,
is.
have you seen the first two original?
No.
Yeah,
It's on Netflix.
It's on Netflix.
Why?
Don't be lazy, it's on
I
Netflix.
watched them. I watched
have
them like a
problems.
month ago. I watched both of them on
Wake
Netflix.
I own them.
Wait.
so I'm-
Oh, you got it.
Smell the
I own
Hellboy.
them.
Yeah.
See, they need to take a page out of that, especially with the whole creature designs. The whole.
I mean, you gotta say it's Guillermo del Toro, so like
Oh yeah,
Where's
but
he's
that
like a
fish guy,
master at practical effects
And creatures.
and creature design.
Because let me tell you,
Yeah.
I own the DVDs for both movies. And it has those special features that it used to have in these DVDs.
Mm-hmm.
And the level of commitment that this man does for not just the costumes, the sets, the props, the weapons, why they do this, why they do that.
Right.
it shows for
God,
itself.
this is a man who knows what people like us want
Mm-hmm.
and how to fit it for people that don't know, like this guy right here.
Lamb.
Will watch and be like, "Oh shit!"
Lamb put it in. Shame. Go ahead, Jacob, real quick.
And you know, it's also good that you mentioned Guillermo.
Yeah,
That's
Yeah.
all.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's nice that you mentioned it because when I was on my Twitter feed, I saw a tweet from him saying, mentioning about Spider-Verse.
Mm-hmm.
You need to break the limits of animation.
Yep.
This did it. Watch it.
Yeah.
So you know.
I'm telling you, man.
Yeah,
He's-
and that's what he does. He doesn't stand to whatever the industry standards and boundaries are. He always pushes it to the next level. You can see it in all the movies he works on. Because then he do The Shape of Water.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He did The Shape of Water.
Won the Oscar.
And won the Oscar for it. Yep, his first one. Crazy.
Weird movie. Weird ass movie.
Weird fish sex.
Weird ass. Yeah.
A lot of fish sex going on in that movie.
But
I totally thought that was the same one from the first Hellboy.
you thought that was Abe Sapien.
Abe Sapien, yeah. Other people are saying
which is it's true because that's the same actor who played.
The same
Abe.
one.
Yeah, it's the same guy. And you can tell he used a lot of similar elements with the costume design for the creature. But yeah.
I mean, he has powers in both of them.
Right. But it's just two different things going on.
Yeah.
People were
Same
trying to
director.
connect them together and their
It's
theories.
his brother.
Because he also eats the stinky eggs.
Yeah.
And then Hellboy, Abe Sapien, he eats the stinky eggs too. So they were like, "Oh, they're the same." That's just his little Easter egg for all the Hellboy fans.
Yeah.
Like, hey, I'm gonna give him stinky eggs too. That's all. Don't dig any deeper. All right, so now for the good trailer.
Hey.
This trailer was like a godsend.
it was a breath of fresh air.
It was the thing that cleaned the horrible, death-inducing. Look. When it comes to Hellboy, I have higher standards for it.
Right.
Especially since Guillermo del Toro is not doing it.
Uh-huh.
So I want them to either do something different or be more, not faithful to the comics, because it's impossible to do that shit.
Right.
But like to at least capture the atmosphere.
Right.
Right? And they didn't deliver that. And so, fuck this. We're here with this one. Where this is, although it's its own thing, and it takes place in a different universe, this is a better trailer than this shit we got.
Right. And we're referencing to the Men in Black International new trailer. I know Lamp was very satisfied with the instant nut. So I'll let you lead this one then, since you didn't see Hellboy, but you saw this one.
All right.
So how'd you feel about the MIB trailer?
Well, I've been like a long time Men in Black fan.
Mm-hmm.
I watched the cartoons.
Hey.
I haven't really read much into the comic because I'm not really into that comic book life.
Mm-hmm.
But like when it comes to like the live action movie with Will Smith and what's his name again? Tommy Lee.
Mm-hmm.
Tommy Lee Jones.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
God, I love those movies. I love the movie. I don't care what the critics say. They captured the atmosphere of what Men in Black is, and all I wanted from the new Men in Black was just that atmosphere. The whole aliens existed. It's a big deal, but at the same time, it's like fun and jokes. We live amongst them, they live amongst us. We have problems here and there, but we're always, in one way or another, having fun and laughing. And to a point, it did deliver. I'm a little bit afraid because it looks like a run-of-the-mill family movie, but at the same time, it's still sort of giving me that, not a lot, but like a half a dose of like that Men in Black vibe. Like, I mean, obviously having the cast from Thor Ragnarok just slapped right there.
Yeah, Chris Hemsworth.
That's pretty. I mean, that's already a good start. They already have that chemistry, so they can probably work off each other pretty well. And then you have the gadgets. You have it's international now, so it's not just in one area or just America. You got like to travel the world now. You have like aliens from different planets coming back. You see the worms. I'm hoping to see Frank again.
Frank.
I mean, it just, and you see all the guns, the cool gadgets, the cool equipment. The Men in Black are back.
Yeah, they brought back the cricket.
Yeah, they brought back the cricket. And then what's his name? I don't know the actor's name, honestly. I just remember him from The Taken. I'll just call him The Taken guy.
Liam Neeson. Come on, man. Liam Neeson. Don't do that. That's Liam Neeson.
The Taken man.
The Taken man.
Who got his girl took.
Yes, that's a
Three times. So obviously he's doing a bad job. He's there. I love him as an actor, even though I don't know his name. But he's there. He's like probably one of like the top guys in the Men in Black. And I don't know. It just feels like a pretty good Men in Black movie. It looks promising. It looks. I'm not too super hyped for it, but like it's like one of those movies that you like come in like. You know what? Let me watch this. It looks like a good movie. You sit down, you enjoy yourself, have some popcorn, and it's like it's a good film. I'm hoping that they could curse in there at least a little bit. Just give it like a little bit of a adult theme in there. Just
like the original one.
What the hell's this shit?
Exactly.
Fuck, I step on. That's too much, but whatever.
That's pretty much where I want to be. Just like sort of have that kind of humor. So yeah, great. It looks great. It really does look great. I love how the guns look. I like the car. They got the new car. They got the old busted new hotness.
They got the new hotness.
Futuristic hotness.
Old busted new hotness. That's right. They do got the new hotness.
How they used the car for the weapons. That was pretty cool.
Hell yeah. That's what really.
Oh yeah, how the gadgets came out of the side mirror. She's like, she just flips it, and a bunch of guns pop up.
I mean, the aliens don't look as creative. They still look.
So
they all
far.
look
So far.
Like I did like that one lady that the girl was fighting. She like had two arms, and then she like punched him with the third one. Like, shit, let's go.
Spyro
from X-Men. Yeah, Spyro has the arms. Nice.
Yeah, that's cool. So I'm hoping to see like more like unique alien creatures, like how they had in like the original trilogy.
Yeah.
I'm just hoping to like see like more like slimy creatures, like scaly creatures.
Yeah.
Like, they have a lot of creative
not
creatures.
CGI like
these
new movies like actual
some actual animatronics.
actual slime on them as if they got eaten or shitted out or blown up.
Exactly.
Right. Exactly.
I want to see all that grimy stuff, that slimy stuff.
That dirty.
Make them look like they're not
like
from
the
here.
original. Yeah, no, it definitely. It looks good. It kind of changed what I was feeling from the first image that you guys showed me. Like when I saw it, I was like totally against it. I'm like, no.
No Will Smith? No Big Willie?
No Will Smith?
but
Tommy Lee Jones? No. I don't want to see it. No.
But you know what? After you saw what Big Willie was doing, you're like, you know what? MLB.
MIB it is.
Guess how about?
Yeah, because I just like because I like the original dynamic between him, the old guy, the old grizzled agent who's been there forever and had another partner that he lost, and now he got to take this new guy,
the first prince,
right? Who thinks he's hot shit, and I gotta like teach him the ropes again, So that's why I like the original MIB for their dynamic. So for this one, I guess we'll see how they'll balance it out with Chris Hemsworth's characters and Tessa Thompson. That's the chick that's in there with him. I mean, from the looks of things, it looks like he's kind of been there for a while too. Yeah, and he looks like he's kind of lazy. They have a shot of him just like sleeping at his desk.
He's the best one that they had right now.
Right, he's the best agent that they got at the moment. So I'm sure they'll explain why. What happened to the other agents? and wherever she comes from and how she got kind of sucked into it, because it looks like they're going to have it begin with somebody who wasn't part of the agency, and maybe saw something, and they were probably like, all right, let's see where this goes. Let's bring her in, since she saw all of this and didn't like flip out and reacted, in a decent way that we can work with. Let's make her an agent. So we'll see what type of training she has that kind of helps with this.
And I say they put that Thor reference at the trailer.
In the trailer, the little Thor reference.
Man can lift a freaking hammer.
He pulls with the little mallet and throws
any hammer, mallet, whatever, you instantly Thor. Okay.
And no matter what Chris Hemsworth lifts up, he's gonna be Thor.
like son, if he does like a romantic comedy and he has to hammer some shit for a scene. Look, it's Thor.
Thor hammer reference. That's it. It's always gonna follow him now. That's it. It's official.
Now he doesn't need the long hair thanks to Infinity War.
Ragnarok. Yeah, because he shaved it down for the battle. But yeah, CG looks good. The car scene was kind of cool when they were flying off the fucking thing. And I'm hoping to see more aliens as well. I mean, they just gave us a little taste, so we'll see where that goes. And I like the little Easter egg cameo of the posters. And they show when Agent J and K had faced off against the cockroach.
Yeah. Oh my god.
That's my favorite. My favorite. Oh my goodness.
Like I love
that was the best.
Like I love when they do an Easter egg that I know.
I get it.
I get it.
You know it? I don't care. I know it.
They're big to the best. Automatically.
Jacob, how'd you like it?
I personally enjoyed it. Way better than the Hellboy trailer.
Palate cleanser.
Another thing too that I want to mention. At first, when I heard it came out, when I heard news of it coming, I thought it was going to be one of those reboots or remakes that they, companies, nowadays
right?
to
Same
or Ghostbusters and all that other type of stuff.
Oh god, don't remind me about fucking Ghostbusters. Chris Hemsworth was in that too, but anyway.
He was the best part. He was the best part anyway.
Good.
Yeah, but anyway, I'm looking forward to this. I mean, it's the things that Lamp pretty much explained about the gadgets coming out from the car, and bro, what really got me was the rims. Like they just added that thing to the gun,
like a Tommy gun. Added that drum barrel. That was cool.
That was pretty awesome. But the main thing I would say that kind of killed it for me in the trailer was when they pressed that big red button.
Yes.
And they just kind of felt like, all right, where's the fast dynamic action? They just flew up like
it was a roller coaster. Like we
I don't know. Maybe they're saving it.
They're saving it.
Yeah, but like I guess I understand what you feel because like when Jay got into the car and he got hold that woo, like you felt like it was like crazy.
Oh, he flipped upside down. He fell because he told him to put on his seatbelt and he didn't.
And then for them, it's just like, oh shoot.
That part was cool. He was listening to Elvis.
I guess we're going up.
That's what's funny because that was like in the old trailers for those old movies. For the first movie, and they just go in the car and he's boom, and did you see Will Smith just screaming? Ah!
Yeah, doing the scream.
And Tommy Jones is just driving. So it's.
I hope we get something like.
I hope they fix it.
They have to goof around.
Yeah, they do.
Just capture that element of it.
I mean, they did get it for half of the trailer.
Yeah, but we'll see how it is.
We'll see how it is.
Yeah, for sure. Aaron, how'd you like it? How'd you like the
I had to go with everyone's consensus here. I thought it was going to be another remake, so I was like a little iffy about it. But then when I saw the trailer, I'm like, oh, okay, it holds a promise. I do like how it's international, so we get to see a lot more. A lot more locations, and a lot more things are going to happen, more dynamics. I like how they got more effective with the weaponry. Everything is almost a weapon itself.
Mm-hmm.
I was lab on this one. I really want to see more of the aliens. So hopefully one of them might be a little more, practical effects.
Right, yeah. That's so CG.
Okay. Yeah.
You got to do some research on it and see if they got anything coming through.
Yeah, but the dynamics between the two main guys, I think for sure they can carry the whole movie through.
Yeah.
For sure.
I'm hoping so. I'm hoping
so too.
Satan!
MIB
trailer.
Yeah.
You just saw it.
Yeah.
What do you think?
That's a trademark. You're trademarking this.
Trademark laugh. Go ahead.
Trademark laugh. Giggle. It's not a laugh, it's a giggle.
It's a giggle.
Tell us
Well,
how you like
It
it.
really is.
At first I was a bit iffy about it because, like everyone, I like the originals, and I don't like it when they mess with the originals and they make prequels, they make remakes, reboots, whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
So I was iffy about it. I'm still iffy about it though. But I like the Easter eggs that they put around in the trailer. I like the little Thor reference that they did. I like that a lot. What else? Oh, I liked seeing the worms again.
Yeah.
Like that part when they came out, it was nostalgic.
It's the nostalgia, yeah.
Nostalgia.
It was I liked it. But I don't know. I can't really critique it much. I have to see the movie.
Yeah.
For now, I'm
just going off vibes, how we felt. Comparing the two.
Yeah. I have to see it.
So way better trailer than Hellboy, right?
Oh yeah, definitely way better. Way better than Hellboy. I forgot about Hellboy.
What were you gonna say?
But yeah, hopefully it's like a whole different vibe from Men in Black. I just don't want it to be the same thing. I want it to be its own thing.
Yeah. I'm thinking it will be, especially with the international.
Yeah, you can't hold on to too hard onto the old stuff.
Right, it was something fresh.
Yeah,
exactly.
But I like the Easter eggs though. It's like nostalgic.
Yeah, that's cool. They can always have those elements in there.
I love them. I've got a heart.
He has a heart.
Hey, we just discovered new revelations.
Revelations.
All we can say is thank you, Jesus.
He's back.
He's back.
Finally.
Jacob's back. Yeah.
I think of that statue there. He's like pointing at you and stuff.
From Dogma.
Yeah, from Dogma.
The proud.
The proud. Yeah. All right. So this is gonna be quick. The Titans finale.
Trash. Dump the trash.
Alright, hold on. Can I say, I seen that part where they infiltrate Batman's lair.
Mm-hmm.
And then Batman's just killing motherfuckers. What the fuck is going on?
Okay. What did you add, Lamp? Before we dig into
He
this?
said that they infiltrated Batman's lair. My question is why? Who the fuck would go into Batman's lair and they'll come out alive?
Well, they don't, first of all. That's the thing. So with this show, I mean, you've already heard me and Jacob complain about this show
I love it.
plenty of times in the podcast because I don't know. The problem is that they just don't know where they want to take it. Mm-hmm. And they're trying to bring it full circle to make it make sense. And even though this is the season finale, there's just an element that's missing from it that just doesn't bring it together. It don't make sense at all. I'm super lost, and it doesn't help that you know about the Teen Titans and their characters and their origins, so that also plays a big role into it too. And I try not to let that affect my opinion of it because I'm watching it as a show, and I'm like, all right, as a show itself. How does it hold up? How does it compare? And so, it has some solid elements that work, has some little cool moments, has some nice little character references and cameos. I mean, we get to even see, what's her name? Donna Troy.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
Yes.
you get to see Donna Troy. She's in it for a quick bit, because she was part of the Titans at one point.
Right.
And they showed us Doom Patrol in one episode, and they're gonna, have a spin-off.
The whole
on their
squad, or just?
Yeah, no, they put the whole squad in there. They had the robot guy,
Robot Man,
and the dude, the Atomic Man, who has to keep the bandages wrapped around him.
Yeah, I just blanked out on his name. I have it in the tip of my tongue. It's
where's the book? The book was right here somewhere. Yeah, there's a guy on the front. And Elastigirl.
Elastigirl.
It ain't Elastigirl, but she's like Plastic Girl.
Incredible what?
Plastic Girl is on there.
Oh, Negative Man.
Negative Man. Yeah. And
gotta touch the book.
Who else was in there? Was it him? Negative Man, Plastic Girl, Robot Man.
Was it the Chief?
The Chief.
Oh, he's a strange
and then
person.
And then
Garfield.
Yeah.
Wait, Garfield for real?
Yeah.
No, not Garfield.
Beast Boy.
Beast Boy.
He was part of the team at one point.
Yeah, it is
Cat
his
that
name.
likes lasagna.
Yeah, because I think that's in the comics. That's when he gets the mask and the whole outfit, right? Yeah. So Yeah, he was on it. So, like, stuff like that, like, that's cool. The Hawk and Dove episode wasn't bad. That was pretty cool. Mm-hmm. And they even, like, did a flashback to the original Hawk and Dove when it was the two guys before the girl came. So, like, that stuff works. But then again, it's like, all right, how does this fit into the story you're trying to sell me? Because right now, you're giving me all these little cool episodes, but it doesn't connect. Like, you're just fluffing me right now. Like, where's the sense out of all this?
You're pillow, Jamal.
Yeah, exactly. You've been fluffing me this whole season. I need you to go ahead and hammer the nail in, so you can be like, bam, this is the story. This is what we were going for. Oh, okay, now I get it.
So they give you a toy and try to give you a lot more accessories.
Right, they gave me all these accessories to make the toy better, but I still don't know what the hell the toy does. I'm just looking at it like, how am I supposed to fucking play with this thing? Go ahead, Jake.
The battery's not included.
No, exactly. That's what's missing the battery.
Because the plot is all over the place, just like you mentioned. Because we have Jason Todd. He's the new Robin. All right, and
this is the Jason Todd.
Yes,
Jason Todd?
Yes, Jason Todd. He's in there. And he's helping out.
Jason Todd's in there.
Okay, so Jason Todd's the Robin. Yeah. And so the leader for the Titans is Dick, right?
Yeah, Dick Grayson's leading the Titans.
Okay. All right.
So this is after he's already left Batman. Oh. And so now the next Robin comes in, which is Jason Todd. Yeah. He's already taken up the whole Robin mantle.
Okay, that makes sense.
But yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, and so we got Jason Todd, and he's pretty much helping Dick Grayson from getting killed. All right, from all these people that just how to kill him, and
bad guy.
That's one thing. All right, then you got another thing where you got Jason Todd again. Mm-hmm. Probably in that garage, the parking garage thing that happened. Like
yeah.
And there were cops, just trying to come to the building just to see what's going on with the commotion. And you got.
I'm sorry, with some donuts.
Yeah, and Jason Todd is just beating the crap out of him, and he's just having some, angry
issues
about him because he's like, "What you did to me, cops?" Some weird things going on with his head dealing with cops, authority.
Yeah, he does not like cops and authority.
Oh,
Jason Todd.
Jason, yeah, because he's like a little criminal kid.
Yeah,
Batman's like
asshole.
Yeah,
Batman's like, I will mold him to become a better man.
Nah, they couldn't do that.
Yeah, you can't do that with the first one. Are you gonna try again?
Yeah, so and all that.
And another thing, another plot point that just jumps all over the place because you got Rachel, which is Raven.
No, Rachel.
That's her name.
That's her name. I mean, her name is Rachel.
Her name is Rachel.
Yeah, but we're just used to calling her Raven. But yeah, they call her by her first name, Rachel.
Yes,
because you know why? It's a fucking CW.
Well, it's not on CW. It's on their
I'm sorry,
service.
but it's still the same freaking people that do
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. They all, whatever.
Whatever, anyway.
Go ahead, Jacob.
Okay, so you got them rescuing her mother from the Arkham Asylum?
Yeah, she was locked up.
Yeah, she was locked up. And,
for being crazy.
Yeah, because of, Trigon.
Yeah,
because of Trigon.
With the demons, so
she slept with a demon, so they think she's crazy because she keeps talking about the apocalypse and this is going to happen and that's going to take place. And they're like, yeah, but you crazy. We're going to lock you up.
I'm going to lock you up.
So she slept with a demon?
Yeah,
she did. Yeah, Trigon.
When did this happen?
Well,
this is the story. This is the origin story.
That's the origin story of Raven.
We're going to say about the prince
they went to a bar.
They got to know each other.
There once was a demon named Trigon who went to this occult that uses smoke to make people get high.
Yeah.
And then that girl is Raven's mom, and they just did it in the moonlight.
Yeah, and boom, Raven.
What is the deal with this Rachel?
Well. Now we know you're interested. Okay, I'm just playing. I'm just playing.
You see this? Huh?
All right.
Don't hit him with the cup.
Okay. So, we got Rachel, and her trying to rescue her mother, and at one point, her mother is just telling her to stay away from her, father, because everybody's these agents that he's controlling that they serve. that served Trigun. They're on their way to, capture Rachel so that they could take her to Trigun and, use her power to unleash him into the world. So this is where it steers in the wrong direction.
Yeah, this is where it makes a left turn.
So basically, they're all running away, trying to keep Rachel safe. Even her mom included.
Okay.
And then they head to this place, this little house. Do you remember that scene? This house where everyone's cooped up, nice and good. I don't think everyone's in there, but I'm trying to remember. But Rachel and her mother is in that house. Just trying to keep safe. From every
the agent between the government and the cults trying to find her. There's a lot going on.
And pretty much her mom just out of nowhere suggests that Rachel, Raven, brings her father into the world because something happened to Beast Boy.
Huh?
What?
I'm sorry, I got lost.
What?
So Beast Boy becomes fatally ill.
Yeah.
From something I think the mother did, right?
Yeah, rat poison.
Or something she did poison him. I have to go back and watch the episode again.
Pretty much.
And so he was coughing out blood, and he was like, "Oh shit, I'm finna die." And she's like, "Oh, I can heal him because I have the powers to heal people," which she's done in the series. She's healed this guy who tried to slit his throat, and she stopped it from bleeding. And so
she undid it.
And so she undid it, right? She
Hold on,
undid the slit throat. Bro,
anyway, let me guess. She made it worse.
No.
Oh,
She suggested that she's like, "Oh, I can heal him," and the mom's like, "No, you can't. What he has is really bad. But your daddy, Trigun, he can.
You know what's up.
He can help. He got the power. He got the healing touch." So he's like, "If you help me bring him back, we can save Beast Boy or Garth or whatever." And so she's like, "I don't know what to do. He's bad, but if it'll help him, sure, let's put it to the world in danger."
So basically, the mom the whole time is a ride or die bitch.
Yep.
Yeah, she's a ride or die bitch.
Plot twist.
Plot twist.
And it's funny because they kind of figure it out, but it's too late. Dick Grayson and Starfire start putting the pieces together. And they were looking at some old manuscripts that they found.
And there's pictures of them in the beach, hey, look at that!
Yeah, pretty much.
New pictures.
It shows Trigun, and then it shows these two hooded figures, but they were women. And they were like, "If this is Trigun, then who's this?" And they're like, "Well, that must be the mom, but who's the other one?" And they was like, "Well, that's obviously the daughter." And they were like, "Oh shit!" So they need these pieces of the puzzle. Excuse me. They need these pieces of the puzzle to bring him back. And they're like, "Yep." And they're like, "Didn't we just leave them in the house together?" So like, "Oh shit, we gotta get to the house." Boy, by then
it turned Scooby Doo. Oh,
we just figured out the mystery, y'all.
You got
Raggy.
Yeah.
What about Starfire?
Who?
Okay.
So Starfire, you want to explain Starfire?
Yeah, I want to explain this.
Explain this Starfire situation, because it still baffles me.
Alright, yeah.
But go ahead.
Okay, so continuing on with Raven's mother trying to bring Trigun into the world.
Mm-hmm.
ride or die bitch.
So,
yes, right or die. She was trying to do this.
So Rachel, forget Raven, she accepts, her mother's, guidance.
Yeah.
And she lets Trigun into the world. And he comes out in human form.
What?
Human form?
Human form.
I mean, because they ain't trying to spend all that money.
Yeah.
Look, they only give us a goddamn tiger for Beast Boy. Every time he transforms, all you get is this green tiger. You don't get nothing else.
What?
Damn.
You get nothing else. So that's where all the CG goes.
And the CGI backflips.
And the CGI backflips, which I still don't understand, but whatever. Let me backflip in CGI. I can't do it for real. But anyway, go ahead, Jacob.
I'm gonna hurt myself if I really do it.
Yeah, but continue on.
CGI me, please.
But continuing on. Okay, he's out, and instantly there's a force field around the house, around the area. So Starfire and Donna Troy and Dick Grayson is out there, outside of the house, and they're sensing something weird going on. So basically, they try to get in.
Right.
Starfire and Donna Troy couldn't get in. they get blocked out. But, Dick Grayson, he's able to get into the force field. Because he's normal.
Because he's normal and he's plot device.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
Did they CGI him into the...
They CGI him walking from his car to the front door because they didn't want him to get hurt by the imaginary force field. Go ahead.
And they don't want to CGI Trigon?
So, basically...
But wait, before you go to that part, because I know where you're taking it, didn't Rachel do something to Starfire where she like read her mind?
She healed her mind.
She healed her mind. So by healing it, it gave her back her memories. Because remember how before we were saying that she lost her memory after a car accident in the other podcast? And so like when she gained her memory, it made her realize, oh, I was sent to Earth to stop you from bringing back Trigon.
So I had to kill you.
So I have to kill you because you're going to be the reason he comes back to Earth. So let me try to kill you. And then they started fighting. I'm like, what the hell? And so Donna Troy was there. So she stopped her with she had the lasso?
The lasso, yeah.
She had the lasso of truth or whatever.
Yeah.
And she stopped her. And she slammed her on the ground or whatever and beat her up. And so like they eventually got her to calm down. Now, fast forward. They were piecing this together about her bringing back Trigon. So like as I'm watching this, I'm like, wait, I thought she healed your memory. And you knew you were supposed to stop her from bringing back Trigon.
Huh?
So now you're figuring out you're supposed to stop her again. What the hell? I'm telling you, this show is so goddamn confusing sometimes. The plot holes make no sense. Like, it's painfully obvious. Like, you just healed her memory. She knows why she's here. Like, why didn't she just say the shit while y'all are in the house and y'all could have been, like, done with it? You'd be like, oh, we just can't let you be around your mom because you're bringing back. All right, cool. Over. But you done left this bitch. Y'all left the house. And while you on her spaceship looking at holograms of Trigon, who look like the goddamn Hulk, they ain't even look like Trigon.
What?
And like, then they're like, oh shit, I left them in the house. I left the stove on. Let me run back. And now they gotta run back to the house to stop the shit. Alright, so now we're back.
Now the house is burning.
No, the house, it has the force field, so now we're back at Jacob's Park.
Okay. And if memory serves, I don't know if this is correct, but wasn't it so after that episode when Trigon gets introduced and you see Robin gets into the force field, wasn't the next episode after that a weird flashback to Hawk and Dove, and then it resumed back to the story?
So they did another little like I was saying, how they do these little like weird like introducing cameos and flashbacks to other characters. So they did one of Hawk and Dove, but this time they show when it was the two guys as Hawk and Dove, and not the guy and the girl.
Yeah, the original.
The original. So they show their little origin story and how they were like best buds growing up.
Hold on. So they basically try to do like a comic book where they, in the middle of the plot, they just cut to a whole different random story.
Yeah, exactly what they're doing.
Why? That's not. That's for book, not for TV.
And I did remember when you mentioned that Hawk and Dove were superpowers.
Yeah, superpowers. Because there's a god that gave them, for their, their personalities, for justice and whatever.
Right.
And reading stuff about it, like, they don't got the powers. They're not gonna introduce the gods of justice and things like that.
Nope.
None
of that.
Son, they started off with like a film recording of
of them beating up street thugs.
What is this, Kick-Ass?
Didn't I say that? Did I not tell you?
Yes, you were correct.
In the other podcast,
are you serious?
That this feels like a cheap Kick-Ass, bro. I'm telling you, it's too much.
But it's the edgy superheroes for YouTube. Hey guys, we're gonna beat up bad guys.
Yeah, that's exactly what they did. Are you filming? All right, here I go. And he goes, beats up the dude, and like, bro, it's ridiculous.
And then like, they go back to the past when they were jits. Hawk and Dove were jits.
Kids.
And
for those anybody don't know.
Yeah.
Florida.
Yeah.
Yeah. But they go back to when they were kids. And one of I think Dove.
The Dove was the younger one.
Dove is the younger brother.
Hawk is the older brother.
Okay. Yeah, so Dove, he kinda had a little situation with one of their coaches.
Yeah.
That wanted to, take him to the back room to show him a little few tricks. But Hawk, was defensive of that. He's the big brother. He knew what was going on. Even though he was a kid, he knew something was off. He knew something was off with his coach.
Right.
Yeah.
But the coach wanted to use that to his advantage. He's like, oh, so you trying to, okay, son, I'm gonna tell on you,
So pretty much the coach baits these little kids, and he's like, look, somebody coming back in this locker room with me. For pee-pee touch time.
What?
Coach don't get paid that much. I need some fun with you kids.
And so the older brother was like, all right, little brother, go home. I'm gonna just whatever, because I don't want him to get us in trouble. So I'll go hang out with Coach and you go home. And he's like, no, but I want to go with Coach too. He's like, trust me, you don't want to go back there with Coach. I know it's about to go down. I don't need you to be traumatized. I'll take on that burden. I'll be traumatized for the rest of my life. I have to deal with it, but I want you to. All right, so go home. Get out of here. I hate you. He's like, I hate you too. Yeah. So he makes him run away home. It's like, all right, Coach, pull it out. Let's go. Let's go in the back room. Right, it's crazy.
Oh my
and then
God.
fast forward to their adult, teenage.
Whenever they're in college or whatever, it jumps up some, and that's when they start getting into the whole crime fighting thing. Because they're just sick of school and blah blah blah. So,
and then there was a car accident that came out of nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
That hit Dove. That hit I guess another person that.
Wait, he got killed by an car accident?
Yeah, Dove died from something like a truck killing him.
Yeah, and the way they animated it was disgusting.
Son, the truck swerving off the road was CG.
What?
It was so bad. When I go home, I'm gonna pull up that episode and just record it and show it to you. But when they showed them at they were near a bus stop or something, somewhere on the corner of the street, they're just talking, and you see this truck spin out of control and hits him. Bro, son. Oh, it was all CGI, and it was so bad.
And wasn't it top down the way it looked like GTA?
And then they made it eagle eye view, so you're looking down on top of them on the street. And you see the truck spinning, and it's boom, and it's
looked like PS2 graphics.
I was like, what is this? What? Why? They literally could have just showed them talking and show a truck coming towards them and cut the camera. Oh my God, and cut it. That would have worked. You did not have to give me a fucking CG truck spinning off the road and hitting him with that terrible ass particle effect for the dust. Oh my God, bro.
And then
they killed me with the CG. It's they put CG in all the wrong places. Why? You just wasted good animation. You could have put that somewhere else, on your Green Tiger or whatever. I don't know.
And so after that, Hawk, he goes to a support group that deals with grieving of loss and because of the accident.
Yeah.
So the new Dawn, the new Dove, comes in,
the girl,
and she actually lost somebody in that car accident, and she's trying to grieve through the process as well. And that's when they become to intermingle. He kind of misses one, support.
It's kind of like in the comics.
Mm-hmm.
That's how they met.
Okay.
Girl Dove and him. Kind of like that. But
all the extra
shit. What the fuck?
Yeah.
First of all, the OG Dove died heroically.
Right,
and that fucked up his brother a lot.
Right.
Because the whole time, the dynamic between those two characters is they fight a lot.
Yeah, they do.
Because it's about one side. His brother. It's pretty much Republican, Democrat. That's pretty much where they're based on.
Right.
Right. And one side, things the better to do this way or that way.
Mm-hmm.
But in this core, they always do the right thing and try to save everything. And then his brother died. Fucking him up a bit, thinking about the wrong thing. But whatever. Continue with your story.
Okay, but to cut it even short, because I know we've been talking about
Right, go ahead. Let's just,
so fast
we got to get back to Batman.
So fast forward,
I know Jacob called it.
I'm sorry.
He's giving you the whole series.
I'm sorry.
Because Batman, we started off with Batman.
That's why, bro, that's why I said the show's all over the place. So after that whole Hawk and Dove episode, it goes back to the house with them, and it shows Dick Grayson with Dove, because when they teamed up momentarily, they had like a little spark between them. So now Dick Grayson and Dove is together. They have a kid. She's pregnant with another one of his kids. Life is great. They live in the suburbs. They have like a picture-perfect family. Mm-hmm. Jason Todd shows up and he's like, look, I'm in a goddamn wheelchair. I'm paraplegic because Batman fucked my back up. You gotta come to Gotham. He's lost his mind. And Jason Todd's like, what? No, like, I have a family. Fuck you. And fuck Batman. Me, what? Like, you don't remember the first episode I said fuck Batman? Like, I meant that. so he's like, no, look, like, you're the only Robin that Batman truly ever cared about. Like, even fucking Commissioner Gordon and what's the butler? Oh, Alfred. Like, even they say, like, you were the Robin. Like, after you left, Batman has never been the same. Like, you have to talk to him. Only you can reach him. Because the Joker has, like, done too much in Gotham. And who he killed? Commissioner Gordon, I think it was? In the show? Or someone. He killed someone, because it wasn't Barbara. I think he killed Commissioner Gordon and some other people. And, like, Batman, like, lost it.
Wait.
So, like, hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on, because I'm going to speed through this.
Okay.
So, boom. And I don't care about spoiling this fucking show. Fuck this show.
I don't care either.
So, like, look. So, boom. So, he runs. So, eventually, Jason Todd's like, look. You know, he talks to his wife, Dove, now. He's like, look, I got to go to Gotham. There's something going on. And she understands. She's like, you know, you're the only one that can stop him. You do it. You have to do it. You know what I mean? He's like, all right, cool. Bam. Goes to Gotham. He sees, like, the city's in chaos. And the police are like, yo, what the fuck are you doing here? He's like, yeah, I'm from Gotham. He's like, okay, why'd you come back? Like, no one comes back to Gotham. The place is a shithole. He's like, nah, I gotta, like, fucking stop Batman. And then, like, next thing you know, you see the fucking, like, Joker's, like, almost dead on top of a car because he got thrown out of a window.
Yep.
And the police are, like, investigating, like, who did this? And they're like, well, obviously it's Batman. And he threw him out of that building right there. Like, Dick Grayson just walks in and just, like, takes over the show. He's like, look, he came from there, he fell, boom, we gotta get him out of here. Because he was barely holding on to life. He's like, we have to keep the Joker alive. We can't let him be killed. Because that's gonna, like, really ruin Batman. So they're like, alright, they save the Joker, take him to the hospital. And then, like, Dick Grayson's like, I know he's gonna come here, so let me go to the hospital to try to stop him. Mm-hmm. And what does he see? He sees Batman in the hospital fucking stabbing the Joker with the fucking batarang. I'm like, what is happening here? So, bam, he kills Joker.
Is this the bat who laughed? What?
I don't know. But then they're like, alright, we have to stop him. He's lost it. So then Batman goes to Arkham Asylum and, like, just wreaks havoc and kills all of his main villains. So he kills Two-Face. He kills fucking... What's the guy who had the puppet? The gangster puppet?
Scarface?
Yeah, he kills that guy, the puppeteer guy who used to work the puppet. He kills a bunch of other people in there. The Riddler, I think he killed. And he beat up a lot of the other inmates, like, really, really bad. And you see them, like, bloodied and all mangled up on the ground. And he's like, yo, what the hell is happening? And like, nah, Batman's gone crazy, son. Like, he's over the edge. He's like, fuck all this. I'm killing all these bad guys to get it over with. And then they're like, well, we got to go to the mansion to get him. So that's where they're like, all right, we got this SWAT team. Let's go in there. Let's storm the house. Let's trap them. Let's plant these bombs. So worst case scenario, we'll just blow the shit up and trap them in here.
And, you know, here's the thing. Even Starfire's included. And she got straight hair.
Yeah,
black straight.
So Starfire's there. She's like some type of detective. And she's like, Dick, you back. Batman lost it. And he's like, I know, I gotta stop him. And he's like, yo, Batman, chill. Like, don't do this. You gotta stop. And then Batman comes out and he just starts, like, fucking up all the SWAT team people. Like, he starts beating them up and fucking killing them and breaking their necks and stabbing them and shit. And he's like, Dick's like, get out of there. He's like, don't try to fight him.
I saw that. Yeah.
I was like, why? First of all, why'd you send him in there? You knew it's Batman. SWAT team is not going to stop Batman.
Scene. I saw that clip, and he's like, get out of there. He has a cold gun. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, so he had a cold because it's Batman.
I know, but I'm like, you got a cold. I got the plot device weapon.
And he hit Starfire with it. Freezes Starfire, so now she's done. He froze her to death, so she hits the ground like dink, and she dies. And so Dick Grayson's like, all right, I'm gonna have to go in here myself. And he runs up in there after he, like, blows up the house because he detonates it. He's like, hit it. House blows up. He runs in there. Everybody's trapped under the gravel.
Even Batman.
Even Batman. Batman got stuck when the house blew up because the cave and everything came crashing down.
He's begging for help.
And he's like asking Dick to like save him. And then like, what happened after that?
After that, Dick Grayson killed him.
He killed Batman, right? Yeah, he killed him because he's like, I have to. He's like, I can't let you, like, look what you've done to the city. I'm going to have to be the one to put you down.
And then he wakes up, and then we're back to the previous plot, right?
Yep.
What? What?
And that ends SixFrames Podcast.
I never watched this show, and I guessed that right here. Get the fuck out
Check
of
him.
here.
Is that it?
It's true, bro.
That's what happens. Dick Grayson wakes up because Rachel was doing some type of like sleep hypnosis to read his thoughts and his true intentions. And she's like, oh, you wanted to kill Batman the whole time.
And, Trigon said he embraced the darkness, so you see Robin with this.
Yeah, so now Robin has like this black shit around his face, and he's telling him like he's embracing the darkness. And so like that's what he envisions him killing.
So
Batman.
he finally fulfilled his role from the beginning. Becoming emo.
There it is.
Pretty much. And then after that, that's it.
That's where the episode ends. Season's done. Bada bing, bada boom.
I'm gonna watch this show.
Nothing's explained.
When that shit comes on Netflix, I'm gonna watch that shit, but I'm gonna skip through them because it's.
And then
they wasted a whole episode on it's just a dream. You dead ass.
M. Night Shyamalan, baby.
Let's go. And then there's an end credit scene, and then you just see, Connor Kent. You don't know who it is, but you just see Superman.
Yeah. Hey, look, it's Superman. He better not be the Superman from Supergirl.
So that's who it was? Connor Kent?
Yeah.
Okay.
Connor Kent. You just see a Superman emblem on his
arm.
And then he just releases a dog that's kept in the cage.
No.
A white dog.
Yeah,
Are you?
And we know who that dog is.
Look, it's fine to have these characters, but it's like.
But that's the thing. It does not.
It does not match.
Like, because it's like now we're like just throwing everybody who's ever been part of the Titans into the show, just to throw them for the sake of drawing. Yeah, so now Superboy is gonna come. Yeah. Like, all right, let's just throw him in there because he was part of the Titans. Bam, here comes Superboy. Okay, but you're not gonna give us the story.
What's up? Drop the mic.
You're gonna add Aqualad in there. You're gonna add
they'll probably add Aqualad. They'll probably add Speed. They'll probably add
Kid Flash.
Sportsmaster's Kid.
They'll probably add fucking who else? Blue Beetle. Who knows who else they'll throw on the show? Whatever.
Impulse.
Bumblebee Jinx.
Is this Titans Smash Brothers?
Yeah, that's what it is.
Here.
Exactly.
All 75 of Teen Titans will join Teen Titans on season 2 of Teen Titans.
Oh my god, that should give me a legit headache.
Oh my god, that was terrible.
That
was the worst Reading Rainbow episode.
The whole time you were saying that, I felt like I was in a dream.
Like, yeah, because the way it started, the way it just starts, you're like, what the hell? Why is he married with 2 kids?
Yeah.
Like, it even felt like it was off. Because, like, when I was watching, I was like, this ain't real. Like, something's up. Something's wrong.
But they still dedicated an entire episode to film that bullshit?
Yeah.
It's like, hey, what if it's like someone sat down and like, what if they killed Batman? Oh, how would that go? Well, let's do it like this. Put it in the show.
That's all it was. It was an excuse just to put Batman in the show and to kill him. That's all that was.
And this, you know what? And this is like one of the bigger gripes when it comes to the superhero shows, especially the ones from DC, is that when they're gonna introduce Batman and these characters and whatever, right? Especially like, Gotham, and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
But to introduce them in such a lame, confusing way, it's just terrible. Like, why even make superhero shows?
I don't know why, but they damn sure felt like it's necessary.
Yeah, it was disgusting.
It was
disgusting.
Yes, sir. So I don't recommend watching it.
If you
watch it if you want. I don't care. I mean,
if you want to torture your friends, go right ahead.
Yeah, they give it good ratings. People like it for what it's worth.
Yeah, the Nimrods, the nincompoops, all of that.
I don't understand how people enjoy, but it is what it is. Maybe they're just hardcore DC fans.
This is why I wish there's somebody that could like the series, so I could hear what
they like about it. Yeah, because I guess
we're just biased on this.
We're just biased on this.
I'm just biased anyway because I don't really like those superhero shows until Daredevil came and changed my mind on
Yeah.
superhero shows.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
But he lied.
But
Set the bar.
But I know even though that show was crap, the only thing that the only good thing about it was the Batman fighting scene and the introduction of the Doom Patrol and some other elements. But other than that,
the stuff that had nothing to do with the story. They were all the cool parts. Exactly. All the episodes that had nothing to do with the main plot line were cool. So just do that.
like, Batman would have been a cool part if they didn't put him in a fucking dream.
Exactly. And that's what we got.
they had 2 stuntmen that did the Batman scenes. So
You know what's funny? I saw the clip when I saw Batman. I was like, wow, he looks cool.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
And then when I watched the clip, like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know, man. I don't
That's
know.
what you got.
Whatever.
All right. We're going to do this quick fire. What's up, Lamb? We doing this? We want to see how quick we can be with the quick fire?
Cool. I'm not even dead, bro. I already know it's like an extra 2 hours, bro.
All right. I promise.
Trust, we got a lot
breeze.
to say. We got a lot.
I know we do. And the first topic is already going to be SoljaBoy
Oh my god.
That shit.
and
that
his
shit
game
that
console.
talking,
This man is
Oh boy.
His game cat.
SoljaBoy, tell him.
Tell him, because I'm
For
going
$29.99.
I'm going
And what is he calling it? What's the name of his
Soldier Games,
Soldier Game, or
Soldier Games or Soldier
Wait, I
Gear?
don't
Something
know
with
the
his name
story
on it,
behind
basically.
Okay, so
What's
It's the Soldier Boy console.
So the story behind that is that a Chinese company were like, we want to sell some illegal emulator games, but we need to find somebody who's willing and who's naive enough to sell it for us. Soldier Boy.
pick up a couple files.
Go through the file.
Who's that? You know, Super
He's in jail. He's in jail. He's in jail. Soldier Boy.
So
And so that's the story. So Chinese company contacts Soldier Boy to make some cheap ass video game console, which he called revolutionary or whatever. Fuck you, what's it called?
He got the nerves.
He had the nerve. Yeah.
does he?
Does he?
The gall. I tell you. The gall. I tell
And
you.
when he first came out, it was 2 consoles: a handheld, right, and a like a console that looks like the Xbox One, a cheap version of the Xbox One
Yeah, basically.
with a PlayStation 2 controller.
Yeah, bro. It looks like a Mad Catz.
But the cheap ass Mad Catz you find in Walmart,
Yeah, exactly.
that you buy and it doesn't even work when you plug it in.
Right.
And it comes with all the games that is from, Nintendo, Neo Geo, all those emulator games,
Yeah.
but they're renamed with Soldier in the beginning. So Soldier Fight, Soldier this, Soldier.
The nuts on this kid.
This man
So you telling me
got
I'm
the
taking...
bulge. He's a Chad. He's a fucking Chad.
He is a Chad. Go
Then
ahead.
did you see that Twitter feed he made? You guys can play the new Ultimate Smash Bros. On this new console.
What?
Yes! He literally photoshopped the screen of Smash onto
his
that
phone.
console.
Soldier Smash.
Soldier Smash.
And this is the thing, those 2 consoles were like 100 and something. The other one was like 100 something. They were pretty expensive.
Right.
But they were like, whatever. They were like kind of mid-range, whatever. But still, he's selling consoles. He's selling...
And he has like Game Boy, handheld devices,
He had the Game Boy, but
headphones.
But the one thing he's doing now, he's selling this other new console he made.
Mm-hmm.
And this one's $400.
Mm-hmm.
And this one's supposed to be revolutionary again, but this one is just a PS3 and Xbox 360 emulator.
Yeah, so now it plays all the PS, and the 360 games. So like it's like me selling DVDs out of the trunk of my car, and like just putting my name on them. Like, hey, I got this new fucking Spider-Man movie I came out with, y'all.
I came out with this.
Like seriously, you gonna take this? And then he's talking about like he sold like over like 5 million units of like
because people
consoles.
buy them. There's people that do buy them.
There's people that do buy them, and I'm sure a lot of it's overseas too.
Yeah.
like a lot of people in like China or whatever, and like people who can't afford the legit stuff, they pay half whatever for this. So who knows where he's selling them around the world? But like the problem too is that like he doesn't feel threatened by like Nintendo. So let me tell you something about Nintendo. I don't know if you guys ever remember this story, but Nintendo put out a lawsuit against this married couple out in Arizona, who had a emulator website.
Oh.
And they weren't even really making money. They were making money, but only off of the banner ads that was placed on their website.
But that's enough for them to sue. Nintendo sued them for $12 million. So now these people have to pay Nintendo $12 million that I'm sure they damn sure don't have if they were just making change off of goddamn banner ads. So I don't know how they gonna take care of that. So for him to think that Nintendo's not coming for blood, son. They've been shutting down websites left and right. Majority of the Cool ROM and all the other websites, they're gone because of Nintendo. Nintendo's like, nah, you gotta take this shit down. And this is the thing about emulator games and emulators is that in the low, nobody fucking cares.
Right.
In reality, nobody cares about the ROMs. But if you start selling the ROMs or making profits of the ROMs, that's when you got a problem.
Right, exactly.
That's when you get a problem. Because you don't need to buy fucking this Soldier whatever video game console. You just buy a Raspberry Pi. And boom. $65.
Exactly. And you can put all the goddamn games you want on it. And that's...
Or buy, the Super Nintendo or NES.
Oh, right. Any of those mini ones, that you can hack. But and I think Nintendo's on that too, because it's like, we don't care. We're not going after like individuals. But like you making profit off of our games that we made over the history? Nah. And we're not getting none of that pie? Nah, son. You got to fork it over. You tripping. You tripping hard. Let me show you why I'm a multi-billion-dollar tycoon. Let me remind you.
Yeah,
because I'm pretty sure you don't have lawyers that can fight my lawyers. We can go at this for days.
There's no way. There's no way this man could.
Yeah, I'm just waiting. Exactly. I'm just waiting to see what Nintendo announces. If they haven't already said something yet, I'm pretty sure they're
building a case.
They probably are building a case on. They're just letting him bury himself. So once they get enough and they wait for his numbers to fall in, they're going to hit him with that paperwork.
Yeah, because now he's releasing another console. He's making another console. So it's I don't know. It looks bad for him. And the Chinese company, they're going to be scot-free. Because they're like once Nintendo or whatever comes after him, that company that made those games for him, they're ghosting him.
Yeah, not for real. It's all him. He made all the decisions. He's the boss. That's him. Go up to him. Yeah. What you want to add, Jacob, before we jump to next?
Well, so basically, what he needs to go back to doing is doing the Superman and just get out of there.
No, that's too late for him. That's too late. We got other younger, better.
They're gonna
talented than him.
They're gonna hit his ass with that kryptonite. It's over.
It's over.
Sit your ass down. It's a wrap.
It's a wrap. He's gonna follow the footsteps of DMX.
The footsteps of DMX. Hey, he's out of jail. Come on, DMX. All right. So trailers that we just watched. Brightburn, we just watched. That was pretty fucking cool.
Yes.
It has the Berserk
emblem on it.
Sacrifice. That's the brand of sacrifice.
Yeah, so that looks cool. It's like a horror superhero type vibe.
Yeah,
like Superman Gone Bad, right? With the whole family finding a little alien baby.
It's just funny how it captures the white people cliche of white people in those movies. Like, oh, little bitty, he has some weird shit going on. I don't know what's wrong with him. Oh, what? He's attacking us. Oh. I don't even understand this family.
You showed him love. Why are you attacking?
Yeah, he's some weird alien child you found.
Yeah, like, bitch, you the one fighting an alien. What do you expect?
Because he look human don't mean nothing.
Exactly.
Let's treat him with kindness.
That does nothing.
You have to be respectful to your family and to the people around you. Bitch, I'm gonna kill all of them.
Right. Fucking laser beams the door and chases the lady down. And
chases the lunch lady.
Superman could do, which is it's cool. It's been done because it's Superman, but it looks really dope. It looks
Yeah, it does.
It's cool.
Because it just before we jump to the next one, it falls on one of those like old sayings and elements of like, you know, what's more dangerous is a child with a gun. Because once he gets that sense of power, he doesn't know any like real repercussions because he's so young. Yeah. So he can just go around and fucking do whatever he wants to do, and just doesn't think twice about it. And I think that's kind of what they're feeding off of, being young and not knowing the difference between good and bad, and he's still developing. So like being given all that ability and power, like who's gonna stop him? He has no real morals. He hasn't developed any. He's still a kid.
See, white
so
people.
he just run rampant with the shit.
White people. Just beat the kid, goddamn. Beat the kid. Hey, are you leasing people then? You leasing people? You leasing
You're not gonna do anything, but you could try. Just pretend it hurts.
Just pretend later. You were gonna add something about the trailer?
No, just pretty much saying it's taking a dark twist to a superhero genre. You know.
Yeah.
Pretty much that's all I'm gonna say.
You like it, Satan?
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
Very interesting.
I mean, it's a horror movie. Anything with horror in it.
It's a horror superhero.
Horror superhero movie. It's pretty cool.
I agree.
Right, I agree. How'd you like it, Harold?
I like the twist. I like how creepy they made his kid look, especially with the whole mask covering him.
Yeah, the mask.
The
lasers.
Yeah.
It's
like glowing eyes.
Oh, I like the part where he jumps at the teacher, I think it is, and it's like in a flash. It was so creepy.
Oh, the lunch lady. Yeah. She didn't give him no tater tots. What's up, Jake?
Yeah, I guess Hellboy needs to learn how to make good masks.
Yeah. That's very minimal.
Yeah. There's salt.
Yeah.
Salt. Continue to pour it. All right. Speaking of horror movies, Jordan Peele's dropping Us trailer. I mean, that shit was
cringy in a good way.
Yeah, it was super. Yeah, I got 5 on it.
Got 5 on it for real.
He's definitely instilling my faith in horror movies with good storytelling, because that's what it's about.
Yeah.
You don't have to give me a ton of like blood and gore
or
and killing or jump scares. You sell me on a good, creepy story, the rest will just kind of happen along with it.
It's original stories, yeah.
Yeah, and it's all his. It's all original. It's like, that's another great thing, too. It's a fresh mind in the industry. Mm-hmm. And I'm pretty sure he had these stories already written and like in development, and now he can still like bring them out. Yeah. Now he's just dropping them. But yeah, man, it looked crazy. Got my dog Mbaku in there. Oh, got T'Challa girl in there.
You got everybody from Black Panther.
I mean, Black Panther gone, so it might as well hook up.
Too soon.
Yeah.
Too soon. I'm just saying.
You can't die here.
Bye, bitch.
Bye, bitch. We got a family. We at the beach. Move to California. Start a whole new life.
And one thing I will add. Can you believe that Jordan Peele was from Mad TV? Look at him now, boy.
Yeah. Long way.
Long way. He went from Mad TV to
doing little skits here and there.
Key and Peele show on Comedy Central, and now he's directing. But he said this has always been like his passion. He wants to direct and do horror films and shit like that. I mean, comedy is great and all. It helped boost him and get him out there in Hollywood. But like, this is where his talent relies, and you can see it. Yeah. Like, he's really shining with these movies that he's putting out. And
the trailer has character. Right. There's
a lot of characters.
You can feel you can feel like he put a lot of energy into it too. So it's like
a lot of thought.
It's not just let's take the most gimmicky thing and just slap it on there and just try to rework it in a way. It's more like, this is what I thought of, and here, enjoy it.
And not just that, he's also taking his influence and flipping them and making his own.
Right.
There's a lot of them from something he was influenced by.
Right. Yeah. Stuff.
And
life
he
events.
made it, but the cool thing is that he made his own, and you could see like the passion in this freaking scary movie that this man right here, watch and jump.
Oh yeah, Lamp got spooked on the trailer, y'all. He jumped watching the Us trailer. The part with the little girl jumped at her. The little scene when she jumped.
TV, all right.
You know, Lamp jumped so hard the chair jumped back with him too.
It's a rolling chair, Jacob.
Hey. They didn't need to know that.
But yeah, definitely looks cool. Can't wait to see see it when it comes out. What is it, March, right? I think they're dropping it in March.
You could even get your tickets now.
Yeah, you pre-order the Bad Boys.
Yeah.
Gotta watch that now.
Alright, next Quickfire was the Ultraman trailer. We just watched another anime Netflix series dropping. Netflix is really like doing their thing with this anime.
And buying them.
Yeah,
I mean,
rice.
They like the taste.
They like the
They
taste.
want some more.
I mean, they said it before that they were gonna license their own anime instead of getting from the other brands.
Right.
And so they delivered their promise.
Yeah, they're doing it.
You know, they were getting kind of. I mean, not to say that Godzilla wasn't lackluster, but it was cool. And then they got My Little Witch Academia. That was pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
That was really good to have. And then they got what else? Baki,
and Seven Deadly Sins.
Seven Deadly Sins.
Castlevania.
Which that one's homemade, but
right.
Knights of Sidonia.
And
Knights of Sidonia. And then they have another one.
The same animation.
The Jaeger series. Jaeger something.
Yep. The Jaeger and Sensei.
And Sensei, that one's coming out too.
But the only, so we can go back to Ultraman. The only thing is, like, I'm curious about is, like, how are they going to release them? Because, I know we're going to keep, they're going to keep them forever on their streaming service.
Right.
But, like, an old school anime fan like myself,
I
want a fucking DVD. I don't give a fuck. I want a Blu-ray, all right?
I think they still release them as DVDs.
I think they still, but, like...
Daredevil as a DVD.
They do, but like they don't advertise them that they selling them on DVD.
Right, because they want you to keep watching them on the streaming service.
You just gotta find it somewhere.
Yeah.
That's true.
Best Buy.
That's true.
Best Buy, people. Just go there.
Alright, so Ultraman looks cool. The 3D effect is definitely working for them. It looks clean.
That was great.
Like, it's very clean.
The same 3D effects that they use for pretty much all their originals since Knights of Sidonia. That's what started it.
Yeah, that kind of like boosted them off with the whole 3D graphics and putting it in the whole series.
And I like it that it's 3D. Fully 3D is not a mixture of two.
Right. Yeah, it's a straight on, full on CG. Yeah.
Because when you can tell it looks bad, you can tell.
All right, and since we're on Netflix, let's go ahead and talk about this movie that everybody keeps fucking raving about.
I didn't watch it.
I've watched it.
It's Birdbox.
Birdbox.
I know Lamp just recently watched it because he wanted to understand the memes that were being posted. He was like, "Yo, these are funny. I need to know why they're funny."
That's the only time he watched shit.
And so, how did you like?
I like laughing.
How'd you like Birdbox?
Birdbox is a pretty good movie. It's different from the book, which is actually what it's based on. Like, it has sort of that novel feel.
Right.
Like, once you start watching it, you sort of like feel like, oh, this
it's based on
like a book.
Yeah, okay.
And like, I guess the movie is just pretty good. It's suspenseful. It gets you in that moment. It's sort of realistic too, because like over the movie, like I was expecting a lot of dumb shit to happen because of the characters and the whole situation and everything. But like everyone handles it like actual adults. Things happen the way it happened because of feelings and the moment and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And it's just that the only thing is that there's some parts that's like doesn't answer well, or that they just left, or they just do it just to like move on the plot, and it's like it doesn't feel like it was thought of.
Right.
It felt like it was taken just to add that.
Right.
In like from a different source. And it doesn't make any sense, but then you just have to go with it. And it's like, all right, I guess we'll just go with it.
All right, just roll.
So, I mean, it's a good watch. The memes are amazing.
Yeah, the memes are amazing. Anybody else see You saw Birdbox?
Yes. Yeah, I saw it last night, actually.
Yeah, how'd you like it?
It was interesting. It was like another take on A Quiet Place. Not as great as A Quiet Place, because I like that one a lot. Mm-hmm. But, I mean, it attacks another sense, like,
because that one was sound, this one is sight.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, even though I think you could probably walk around looking down. Just saying. I don't know. Shield your eyes and look down at your feet.
I mean, the pixels won't work.
Well, who knows? Who knows? Whatever the entity was that was causing this, maybe it might have.
That's what it was.
Yeah, it was the happening. It was the plants all over again. Sending signals to fucking messed their mind up. How did you saw it, Harold?
I haven't seen it
You
yet.
see, what about you, Jacob? You saw
Yeah,
Bird
I've seen
Box? How'd you like it?
I enjoyed it personally. It has a R rating on it, which I was surprised. I was like,
Yeah.
The dead
Well,
bodies, I
I
think.
guess what
The
is
dead
that?
bodies. There's some scenes where people are getting like stabbed.
Yeah.
But Jacob, you gotta know that every
People
R
getting set
rated
on
movie should be
fire.
good.
Graphic.
Yeah,
Shit
there are
jumping
some
out the
there.
window.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the violence that or could.
You haven't seen?
No,
You haven't seen Bird Box?
but I will soon.
Yeah, watch it. It's on
I
Netflix.
will.
Yeah, watch it so you can see what the hype is all about. Everybody's been talking
I
about
think
it.
I think it's overhyped, but it's still a movie. I think
It has some good actors in it.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
It has like an
Sandra
all-star
Bullock.
cast, fucking Sandra Bullock.
Yeah, I love it.
And the black dude from Predator, the new Predator.
Yeah, that guy. He's in everything too. He was in Moonlight too.
Moonlight. Yeah.
He was at the end when the boy grows up to
Yeah.
a man. Yeah, I
Oh,
can
He's
see
becoming
that.
a good act. He's becoming like.
Yeah, he was good.
He's getting a lot of work.
Yeah, he's definitely getting a lot of work. Yeah, and he was in Predator. And
that big dude from Get Out.
yeah,
Like he was the TSA agent.
Oh, the comedian.
Oh,
Lorel.
Lorel.
Lorel's in
Yeah.
it. He's in it just to not be in it.
Not-
Okay. But he's in it.
Oh, okay.
He has this little funny bit where he's like, "Yeah, man, I've seen this before. I read about this, but it's like these demons that come through." And shit. And then they're like, "What? You went to school and you learned that?" He's like, "No, on the internet." Internet, right? And they're like, "All right, you stop fucking talking. You read shit on the internet. I mean, you stop reading them Facebook ads."
The
Oh, yeah,
details
but-
about the supermarket and how to get there.
Right.
And they're like, "You're coming with it." Oh no, that's for you to come.
So, yeah,
it was
nice.
real. It was real.
Yeah, he's in it, and John Malkovich is in it. He was great. Like, even though he was an asshole, he was an asshole within reason.
Exactly.
He
Yeah.
kept people
That's
alive.
what it was real.
And if I was him, I would
I
have
was-
whipped Sandra Bullock's ass. I'm sorry. Pregnant or not. My old lady went out there to help you, and now she dead, and now you stand in front of me? Nah, you bitch, you gotta go. I'm kicking you out the door for real. Get out of here.
I just don't get why they kept him in the garage. Like even after that dude like knocked him against the head.
Because he was just being an ass. Go ahead, Jacob.
Yeah, but going back to my,
My bad.
it's all right. But going back to my personal take on it,
Mhm.
I did feel like there was a lot of loopholes that they could have answered, and you know, not to give away any spoilers because the ending was kind of like. So the whole time this happened, they were there. You know, it just like okay, all right.
I guess.
That makes sense, kind of, for this movie.
Right.
But like, it makes a lot more sense in the book. I'll tell you guys about in the book. Yeah,
All right, yeah, you can tell us off
You read the book?
off
Yeah.
the air.
No, but I've seen.
He
it
like,
and-
oh, you like kind of went over
Audio.
it to see
audio books.
audiobook.
Chapter 1. Walking through the forest with the
Sandra
eyes
Bullock
closed. She was pregnant.
She was pregnant.
Well, I haven't watched it, but I'll check it out.
Yeah, check it out, dude. It's worth a gander.
Yeah.
Definitely worth a gander.
And the memes are funny too.
Yeah.
Once you watch it.
I want to watch them.
What?
I want to see the
You
memes.
would have watched.
We'll show you the memes later.
You
All right.
don't watch it.
All right.
Alright.
Let's watch them.
Next Quickfire, Will Smith as the Genie. We finally get to see him.
Sinbad? You
I
mean
think-
Sinbad?
We finally get to see him in his costume.
Listen,
Lord.
Now he says that he's gonna be blue. Don't worry.
I don't care about
This
that.
is just
care.
him in his human form.
I don't care about that, honestly. Last time we talked about this, I was like, man, this is dumb. And then
You
I
him?
saw it, and I'm like, I want to go in for the ride. I don't care if it's not the Disney rendition of Aladdin. I just want to see Will Smith as Genie now.
And I
It's gonna be Aladdin featuring Will Smith.
And I did hear,
Aladdin featuring
and
Will
I did hear
Smith.
that Will Smith
About to say.
in the movie is already doing. Hey, what up, man? What's going on? Hey,
Oh,
what's up?
okay.
This
What's
is
up,
the
Aladdin?
ride.
So wait, he's about to be
Give me
the
that.
he's about to be the Fresh Prince of Agrabah. Is that what we're taking this?
Yep.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah. So he
No, I'm sorry. Dun, 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 dun.
We're gonna do a whole song.
Well,
About
we-
it. Don't worry. We're gonna reinvent
Watch,
it.
when this movie comes out,
all the
but
jokes.
regardless if
All
it's
of
good
it.
or not, we're putting on some fire jokes.
What you want to add, Jacob?
Oh yeah. So when I first saw the pictures
Uh huh.
of him being to the human form of the Genie.
Uh-huh.
Man, that man's head was shinier than a crystal ball.
Yeah.
I was laughing so hard when I saw him,
With the
man.
little ponytail on top.
Yeah, exactly. And people were just making memes off of it. I was cracking
So funny.
You already know.
up, bro.
You
And-
already know.
And another thing too, like I was just reading through, some articles or his Instagram page because people was just asking him, "Are you gonna be like this throughout the whole movie?" And he just answered, "No, guys, I'm gonna be blue and CGI. This is just my human form, just like how you mentioned before."
Right.
And I'm like, all right, I want to see how this goes, but I'm still having doubts.
But that doesn't make any sense. He's in this. They're gonna CGI him. Where's the CGI shit? Where's the things that make him CGI? Are they gonna just superimpose him being blue and being a genie?
Well, maybe they'll make him big, because remember when the Genie first comes out of the lamp? He's like, "Who disturbs me?" And he comes out all like crazy and intimidating.
And then he
then
puts it
he goes back into like goofy form.
to his human form.
Right, yeah.
Okay.
We'll see. Well, Disney gonna work their magic. They're gonna try to sell us on it. I mean, they're going down the list, so it has to come, whether we want it or not. It's
I
here.
want a world to be shown to me on a magic carpet ride.
That's right. That's all I want to see.
Magic carpet ride. That's all I have.
We're
A
gonna see
CG copyright.
a CG carpet ride.
Please.
All right, next, How to Train Your Dragon. I'm guessing this is the last movie.
I mean, I would assume.
I would think so. I mean, I don't know what else they can do after this.
Where's
Like,
the beard at?
I mean,
Find Godzilla.
whatever, or like fucking have a dragon daycare or something. I don't know.
They're gonna go Tiny Toons on.
They're gonna go Tiny Toons on us.
Everyone baby.
Baby dragons.
Baby dragons. I mean, I'm still excited to see it. It looks animation, of course. And we don't even have to talk about that. That's going to be on spot. It's DreamWorks, yeah. And I've enjoyed all the other How to Train Your Dragon films. They've been all pretty good, pretty solid.
I enjoyed all one.
All of one? Oh, you didn't see the other
I
one?
didn't see the second one.
Oh, come on.
You
Second
missed
one's good.
Really?
Second one's good. Second one's really good.
It improves a lot in the first one.
Yeah.
Making better.
Yeah, it does. It does make it better. But yeah, no, it looks good. Different theme. I think they're going with them trying to discover like a whole new like hidden land of dragons, and now they're the ones saving the dragons from these people who use them as like elements of war, and they take them for battle, and they just want them to keep them as friends and to train them and
exactly.
coexist with them. Like, we don't own you, but we live together type deal.
And they go to gym badges to get the badges. They go to Elite Four to catch them all.
yeah, that's on Netflix.
Yeah, the dragon races, right? The How to Train Your Dragon race or whatever.
They have Pokemon battles. Isn't Jon Snow, the actor who plays Jon Snow is in them? Well, he did a commercial with How You Drink.
Yeah, he's in it.
He's in it?
Mm-hmm.
As Jon Snow, and he's interacting with Night Fury.
Yeah, with Night Fury.
My dragon.
Exactly. So yeah, but yeah, looks cool.
I guess.
Wait for it to come out. I'll definitely go to theaters and see it.
Oh, I can't wait to see it. And hopefully it makes itself even better and a big hurrah send off for the series.
Right. To show it down.
He ain't got no beard.
And I think now DreamWorks, they did Shrek, right?
Yeah, they're rebooting Shrek.
Aren't they rebooting?
Why? Will they reboot a masterpiece?
Mike Myers again or no?
No, I think it's gonna be a different guy this
Eddie
time.
Murphy is.
Nah.
Oh, then no.
I know, right? It ain't even worth it.
Then no.
But that'll be a topic for another podcast. Yeah. We'll wait till we hear more about that. I'm just throwing it out there since we were talking about DreamWorks and dragons. All right, and then the last trailer we just saw was for One Punch Man season 2. I mean, yeah, I can't wait. It's. I think it's gonna be cool.
I mean, there's no words for that. It's something you have to wait and see. And hopefully, because I mean, they have a lot of how long has this been, Jacob? They've been trying to do this season 2
for a while, man.
For a while,
like a year or two now.
3 years.
It's been more than a year, maybe about close to 3 years, 2 to 3 years.
3 years, so they could halfway at that almost the entire manga.
Yeah,
I mean, especially since Madhouse used to do season 1, and now they switch hands and give it to JC staff.
Yeah.
Now, what have they worked on?
They worked on they worked on Food Wars, which is awesome. You know, at times the animation can get a little flimsy throughout the later seasons. Mm-hmm. But they also worked on how to. It's like this. It's called Danchi Machi, whatever.
Danchi Machi,
yeah. But it's like the long version of it. How to keep girls in a dungeon, something like
how
that.
To keep
how to date girls in a dungeon.
How to pick up girls.
Yeah, how to pick up girls.
How to keep girls in a dungeon.
I don't know what you've been watching.
I was trying to remember. Bro.
Yeah, I bet.
Then secret title.
Secret title. Disclosing.
And you know, with their action scenes, I mean, with Don Machi, it's pretty spot on. But I'm kind of hesitant because they've, you know, with the PV they showed in the introduction of the characters that we all know, but they have shown no action scenes. They have shown no action scenes at all. So that's kind of like making me worried.
Right, because it's not the same studio.
Because at my house, when they do a trailer, they show everything from action scenes.
Yeah, they give you all the good stuff. Yeah.
So when people see it, that's the cool thing about my house. When you see a trailer for them, you know where you're gonna get.
Right.
You're gonna get the action. You're gonna get this. You're gonna
like a demo reel.
Yeah, real.
Right,
yeah,
pretty
demo
much
reel.
they're showing off this.
But like for this trailer, it's just
static
detailed
image.
face and like, look, we look like the characters.
Right, they're showing us all the characters again.
But what's your action scene?
They ain't give us none. I don't know.
And the thing is, Madhouse had a small budget.
Yeah.
For working on One Punch Man season 1. And look how spectacular that was.
Yeah, and the fighting was amazing.
You compare that to like Hunter x Hunter, how they had a budget.
Yeah.
You know, like
Yeah, they definitely. I hope they keep it up to the hype like the first season was.
I hope so. I'm not holding on to it, honestly.
You know,
with a new studio, there comes like new hands, new ideas, new people.
New attitudes.
Cutting corners.
Exactly. Corners, all that. If they don't have that same passion as the old people, like the other people from the other studios, they're not really gonna like give out the same energy. Because like the whole point of One Punch Man was that they're spectacular. Like how the whole animation is just wild and crazy. If they can't keep that same energy, it's like it won't feel the same.
Because you could tell that the people who worked on it put a lot of love and passion in it.
Exactly.
And you know, the director of One Punch Man season 1, he is gonna work on season 2, so that's a good thing.
Okay.
And he has some people with him joining along with him, and the singer, I think the band who worked on the opening of One Punch Man season 1, they're working on another song for season 2. So
okay,
that's a good thing.
So yeah, they keep some stuff the same. That works. You read the manga too, right, Errol?
Yeah, I read it too.
Cool. So I know you're looking forward to it. All right, what are you saying?
She's telling me how she's gonna take over the world one day.
Awesome.
One day.
All right. All right. Well, I mean, that's it. That was the Quickfire.
What?
Yeah, we're done.
That was the Quickfire?
Yeah, it was pretty quick.
It was pretty quick. Just the movie parts.
Yeah, we really dug into it today.
Early on time.
I mean, let you want it quick, right? You said you want it quick.
Yes, I wanted it quick.
A whole 3 hours.
Hey,
that's a movie.
That's a record.
That is a record. We're gonna go for another one next time. Like, nope. I gotta edit all this bullshit.
I like this. We finally got comfortable with the mic, and now we're spinning out 3-hour shows.
That's quality content.
Quality.
It is, but still.
And save those stories for story time. Coming soon.
Oh, yeah.
Podcast.
All right, y'all. Let's wrap it.
That's episode 8, y'all.
That's episode
8.
Woo!
3 hours.
All right, we out.
Yeah. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year's.
Happy Kwanzaa, Hanukkah, whatever you celebrate.
KFC.
At least not me. KFC.
Hey everybody, it's your favorite monster hunter here, Zed. If you like what you heard and you have any questions, email us at SixFramespodcast@gmail.com. Again, that is SixFramespodcast@gmail.com. If you also like what you heard and you want to hear some of our old stuff, follow us at YouTube at SixFrames Podcast. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell. Also, you can follow us at Podbean. Another website you can follow us at is Apple Podcast. Don't forget to subscribe and rate. We need those rankings. And remember, good hunting.